I know it's hard for people to understand because I hear with my eyes and I feel with my hands. Like I could hear with my hands.
Wait. We've been in Barrio like fucking 5-6 times already. You're telling me.
But I feel the
That
bass.
loud
I feel
ass music, you cannot hear the lyrics.
I don't hear all the lyrics, no. But I feel it. I feel the music inside. Like I can feel and I can feel the rhythm and the, like the congas and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's why I love drums and congas because those I feel. Like I feel the vibration.
So as far as the lyrics, you can't hear
As far as the lyrics, no. The lyrics, no. I gotta read the lyrics. I know what the lyrics are, so I memorize the lyrics.
Okay.
So I can memorize the lyrics. I'm good. She could tell you I got very good memory. Like if I look at something one time, I'm like your phone one time, boom. I'll be like, I know everything that was said on your phone. Like I have that good vision.
Explain to us what you got, because I said I still don't believe him. I should believe him. It sounds crazy. I believe
my
him.
papers, bro.
But I thought it was part of his set. I thought it was part of his jokes.
No.
So when I met him, now I see, he got the hearing aid. He's on right now. I'm actually on his bad side, so this is going to be a fucked up interview.
No, I got you.
Okay,
That's why I worried him. man.
You got me? Okay, thanks, man.
I got you. You good
Okay,
today.
so explain. We can't show this. This is, what's it called? HIPAA. This is HIPAA, so we have to protect.
Yeah, HIPAA. Yep.
But so exactly what is it that you suffer from? Or is it born with or happened?
Born. So
Born, okay.
I was born with something called SSD.
Okay.
It's a gene thing. It's actually transferred from grandfather. It skips one, and then you. So it'll skip my kids, but probably one of my grandkids will probably have it.
Okay.
So what I have is not complete deafness. It's called SSD. I am completely deaf on the left side, so I'll never hear anything. There's nothing they can do. There's no nothing.
surgery,
There's
no
nothing. There's nothing they can do from my left side. But on the right side, which is the ear that I do hear, I don't hear everything. So I have what's called severe hearing loss. So I'll show you the chart. So this is where, see where the lines are at?
Yeah.
That's where you would hear.
That's
the human. That's human hearing.
Got you.
So that's where my hearings are. See how they are?
Yeah.
I have really highs and really lows. So I can hear basically the easiest.
So what's that over there?
This is
all the way done.
this is my left ear.
And that's under the line. The
That's
line that he showed, way under the line.
Way nothing. There's nothing. There's no. You could scream as loud, any sound, or do any type of sound, because there's sounds that you can't hear, but a dog can.
Yeah, I heard
you
about
understand?
that.
So that line is the human line. That's
Okay.
your human line. So believe it or not, you see this here?
Yeah.
A regular human can't hear that, but I can.
Aha.
See that? So I hear things that you may not be able to hear, but I can. And so that's where the difference is. So these will be same as you. This a human will be all the way across. A regular like you would be all the way across, all the way across.
Yes.
But not me. I'm up, down, down. So basically, I can hear women clearly. So
Get the
women,
fuck outta
so
here.
that's what it means. I can hear a woman clearly. But if you have a Barry White,
Yeah.
I can't. So I used to talk like a bitch growing up because I didn't understand tones. Like that concept did
I
not.
used to talk like a bitch growing up.
Yeah.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it was weird for me growing up because everybody thought que yo era maricón because of my high tone, not understanding that my mom wanted me to be normal. You know, my mom was like, nah, fuck this hearing aid shit, fuck this sign language shit. You're gonna learn to navigate with whatever it is, you're gonna learn to do it.
Okay.
Because we live in the hood. I grew up on Watson Avenue in fucking Bronx.
Hell yeah.
So that's hood. And my mom knew, hey, listen, nobody could know that you're deaf.
They're gonna bully
Because
you.
they're going to bully you. And my mom was gangster, yo. My mom had me at 13, so she was a gangster for a little kid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So as a little kid telling a little kid, we ain't going to bully my son. So my mom was like, you're going to do it without it. And so even though I used to have like what we were talking about, the shrimp ones. I used to have the shrimp fucking hearing aids.
Which is which was most of us are used to, the big joints.
And so then that's a problem because now está el retardadito este. Bro, like they would make fun of me like, yo, you're supposed to eat it and I put it in your ear. You know what I mean? It was so my mom and me was like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna make it work as best as we can. And so it was a struggle, but I learned to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I learned to do it.
And that was the intro of the show. Is Red really deaf? And there you go. He's fucking deaf like a motherfucker.
Deaf like a motherfucker. But I work.
We
I
got
read
Big
lips.
Red. Huh? You read
I read
lips?
lips. So I
También.
read lips, yeah. So that's what I learned to do. I learned to read lips very early on. So I read lips. As long as I'm looking at you, I can hear you. And I got to say this. Like, if you see me, don't be scared to touch me and be like, hey. And then you could talk normal, talk like you would talk. I will hear you.
Yeah.
You know, because as long as I'm looking at you. But if a lot of people be like, "Él es bien conceited," I'm not conceited. I just don't fucking hear you, and I don't wear the hearing aids all the time. So, Chris Grant. It happened to Chris Grant this past week in the 420 show.
Yeah.
Chris Grant is knocking on the door, but I'm looking at the elevator, and he's on my deaf side. You could ask Chris, and he's knocking on the door. I never heard him until my phone vibrated. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I see it's Chris Grant calling me. He's like, "Yo, open the door." And then I'm looking. He's right there. He was knocking for 15 minutes. And the nigga was like, "Yeah, I forgot he was deaf." Forgot.
Yo, BIGRHED is here, ladies and gentlemen. Comedian extraordinaire. Husband, his wife is here. Give wifey some love, man.
Jeanette Rivera, you know.
Jeanette is here.
6'3", 200 and I don't know how many, 120 pounds, 120 pounds. 120 pounds.
Jeanette is here. She does not want to be on camera. I invited her because
she doesn't want to outshine me. She's so gorgeous.
She is fire. And let me tell you something. For those that know, she's too hot for him.
She is.
And I told him to his face when I met her. I told him to his face. I said, how the hell did you know what? We're gonna get into how the hell did you get this beauty? You know, because they say that it's hard. You know, to get some hot women out here.
So I was single, and I was out with somebody I was dating.
Okay.
And so it was one of my very good friends, a female friend that I have, who happened to be a very good friend of hers. And so I was friends with her and her husband at the time. And so I saw her, but I was with this girl. And it's funny because my friend told me, "Don't bring no women to this thing." It was a birthday party, I think it was. And so I saw her and I was like this. So much so, I got in trouble. I couldn't stop. Like, I was like this.
You was with the girl.
I was with the girl.
And stuck on Jeanette.
And I was like this. I'm seeing this girl, like, I'm looking at this angel. I'm like,
6'3".
oh my God. I'm like, this angel is so beautiful. What? How'd you? I forgot that I was deaf. That's how it was. And so I had to take the girl home, and not so many words. I broke up with the girl that same night.
Wow.
I did. And so I was talking to my friend. I was calling my friend. And my friend, I was like, da, 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 da. And she said, "What you said? Tell him what you said."
Hell will freeze over.
She said, "Hell will freeze over before I date that little effort."
Hell will freeze over. She's not on camera, so we have to. Hell will freeze over before I date that little guy. Something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A little bit more vulgar, but yeah, that's what she said.
So how did you win that battle?
Yo, I said that's a challenge for me.
Hell yeah.
Like for me, I was like, "Oh, word? Well, hell's about to freeze over, bro. Let's go." So they were trying to hook her up with another dude who was friends with the guy, the husband of my friend. So anyway, long story short, I'm watching the whole move because I'm observant as fuck. I could tell you exactly what's. I walk into a building.
That shit is real.
No.
It opens up so
Yes.
many other.
She could tell you. I can tell you who's gonna fight, who's about to fight. I can tell you who's gonna go talk to her. Like, that's how good. I walk into a room, I know everything that's going on. So I noticed that the guy was one of these guys que they think that they're too, like, they're pretty men. Let's call them pretty men. They're pretty men.
boys.
So he's a pretty man. So he thinks he's pretty, and she thinks she's pretty, but I'm pretty too, you know, fuck it. I'm not going to buy you a drink. And I came over there with my little suave ass. I started making her laugh. Well, first of all, she knew I liked her, so she did the fucking grimiest thing. I will say this.
Hell yeah, break it down.
All right? You did the grimiest thing. She went, and because she's so tall, she walked in, and it was Cabo back then, which was then became Barrio BX. Cabo, it was Cabo at that time. And so she came in, and she literally put her ass on my face.
Oh, hell, because you were sitting down.
I was sitting down. Her ass literally was a pop. I was like, oh.
Oh, shit. She smacked you her ass.
I was like, yo, I said, all I did was, because girls got a way of blocking your blessings, right? So I told my homegirl, I said, I only need you to do one favor. Don't block me. Let me do my work. Let me go to work. Let me work.
Let me do my work.
Let me do my work. Let me work. I told her just like that. So I told Erica, let me work. Don't, because they'll be like, because your homegirl, they'll be like, nah, don't fuck with him, whatever. I say, all I ask from you is, let me work. Let things happen. Organically. Organically. So organically, I was peeping the whole game, and dude was like that. He didn't even want to dance with her. I was like, did he get you? I went up to her straight up. I said, did he get you a drink? She was like, no. I said, what you want? So it was tequila sunrise. So I didn't get her one. I got her 2 tequila sunrise. Poof, poof, put
Hold
it right
that.
there. Hold that right there. I got her 2 drinks, and then I was like, once for you, once to dance with me.
Hell yeah.
And so I was like this. I was like, fuck. Because, I literally have to go like this
So
to
how
turn
tall
her.
are you? For the people that are watching from fucking India that don't even know,
So I'm 5'8",
5'8", she's
with
6,
heels.
with heels.
With
She's
heels.
6'3",
She's 6'3".
6'6" with heels.
Yeah, whatever the hell she is. I don't know. She hit the roof here. She hit the ceiling here. You saw her? She had to duck. She had
But
to duck.
thank you for coming, my brother.
Thank you for having me,
You've
man. I
been
appreciate
let me tell you something about Red. Since I started my podcast journey, he's been supportive. When I started the comedians, he's been supportive. He didn't even know me, and me and him would go back in the DMs. Yeah. He wasn't even to be on the show. You was just showing love. Yo, thank you for looking out for my people. Because
For the record, I never asked to be on the show. You called me to be on the show.
I hit him up.
You're like, yeah, he probably begged to be on the show.
No. I always wanted him because, first of all, es un boricua. Aquí, muchos dominicanos están aquí.
Para que tú lo sepas.
Un boricua llegó aquí. He's not fucking around. Shirt, hat.
Shirt.
He got stickers on the bumper. He's not fucking around
That's
here.
it. Over here on the
his
back.
fucking underwear, everything's fucking boricua.
The only thing I forgot was the socks. I didn't bring the socks today.
But no, I love my Dominicans.
Me too. I love the Dominicans.
I
Shout out
love
to
Dominicans. I'm actually because I talk about my girl so much. People are like, "Yo, what the fuck you keep talking about your girl? That's
Is
my
your girl
girl."
Dominican?
She's Dominican. Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn.
Man,
I thought she was 50-50.
No, she's 100%. She's from Bonao.
Oh
She's
shit.
from
Bonao.
She's a DR.
Oh shit.
She be
She's
talking
like
when
me.
she get mad at me. She curses at me in DR. Like, yo, don't fucking curse at me.
huevo!
All that crazy shit. But like I said, thank you, my brother,
Thank
for
you.
being so
Appreciate
supportive. I was gonna reach out. I had a long list. To me and Fran Jez have been fucking working since like fucking February. This knocking these fucking interviews out.
Let me tell you, I watched almost all of them.
Thank you, bro.
Not almost. I watched every single one of them. They were all very nice and special. I loved it.
Thank you, my
I
brother. I
love
appreciate
watching
you.
that whole show. It was
Thank you. And now you're here.
And now I'm here.
So now check this out. Now
I have to tell you this.
Yeah.
So it's funny because French Montana's manager watches your show.
Oh,
and
hell
so
yeah.
he hit me up.
What's his name?
He hit me up, Martin.
Martin,
So
what up, my G?
He hit
Thank
me
you.
up. Martin hit me up, and DJ Amanaya's manager hit me up.
That's my brother.
Yep. And he was like, yo, why you not on that podcast? I said, don't worry about it. When I get there, I get there. He said, you got to be on that. That one's dope. That's good. Somebody from the Bronx, you from the Bronx. You got to collaborate. And they were like pressing me. And so it's funny because the week after is when you hit me up and I just sent them the screenshot. Pop, pop, pop.
There
And they
you
were
go.
like, so you better be watching this shit. You
God
better
damn it.
share it.
And-
You better share
and
it. You better share it. I want everybody to fucking share this one.
Tag all of them.
So I'm going to tag all of them. They better be sharing it.
But let me tell you something right now about guests. Now that we're on the guest topic, when it comes to me, this is how I do it. I don't know how other podcasts do it. I don't know how the radio stations, whoever. It has to be organic, bro. It has to be from the heart. It cannot be forced. When people hit me up and I feel it, I feel it. If I don't, I don't. If I hit somebody up and they say no to me, it's okay. If they say I'll get back to you, we was talking about it in the car. Da Vinci, that took fucking 4 or 5 months.
Right.
A lot of comedians, even rappers that it's not only comedians. I try to interview everybody, but it'll happen when it happens. Timing is everything. Chris Grant, that took about a month.
Shout out to Chris Grant.
Shout out to Chris
I
Grant.
love Chris. Let me tell you something about Chris Grant. I appreciate Chris Grant. He's one of the people who is helping all the comedians. I could genuinely say he has Dykeman Loft, I think it is.
Yes.
And
I just came from there.
Did you?
I was doing an interview
Amazing.
in Empire. Empire's a clothing store right next to it.
Right.
Me and my girl coming out the car. By the way, my girl's like my camera girl on location. You know what I'm saying? It's a family business.
location.
So we're doing the interview. Was setting up, and he's fucking from the loft. Yo, what's up? And I'm like,
From the window,
shit.
he opened the
From
window.
So we went upstairs. We had a couple of drinks. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry I missed it, bro. You know what? You know why? He texted me why.
Chris is a great dude. When it comes to this comedy thing, a lot of you, and I'm gonna ask you eventually, who are the cocksuckers in this business? You know what I'm saying? We don't have to name names. So if you want, it's up to you. Okay. But what I cherish and what I love is what you just did. That was so organic that you said, wait a minute. Speaking of Chris Grant, look at this. You know what I'm saying?
No, he does. I don't think, honestly, he gets enough credit for what he does for other comedians. he opened the Loft, and he literally opened it to all the comedians to come there and learn from one another.
Work on your shit.
Yeah, work on your shit. Like, work on your shit. And I know Chris Grant for a long ass time. I think he's one of the first comedians I became friends with. And so, to watch him just share the love and passion that he has for comedy and share his knowledge, because he has a wealth of knowledge inside his head, and he's so educated and he's so precise about what he's telling you, and he knows, he's in touch with the comedy world, so he knows, like, this is what's going on, this is what's gonna hit now, this is like, and he's funny as fuck. If you haven't heard him, this motherfucker's funny.
He's awesome. He was in Agua y Coco. For the Money has Agua y Coco on Thursdays, or every other Thursday, I believe. And when you go to that show, you don't have a limit. You know,
Right.
For the Money lets you go. And bro, I was dying when Chris, PJ was there. That was Plu's birthday actually.
Well, that's
they
right.
all they all killed it. But Chris just had me dying, bro. And I've seen Chris before. He came out with jokes I never heard. And then,
He's always on that. He's always like this, bro. It's like this, boom, boom, boom.
No,
boom, boom.
when he did a fucking joke about the short, the one-legged nigga, or some shit about something was going on about somebody's leg was shorter than the other, some shit, dying. And I told Fordham, I said, yo, take him off. He was like, no, let him cook.
Yeah.
So no, shout outs to Chris. He was here. And back to my point, For those that want to be on and waiting for me, hey, hit me up. It doesn't mean anything if you hit me up. I'll hit you up, you hit me up, whatever. But comedians, rappers, if you just came home, entrepreneurs, whoever, everyone's welcome. This is not
authors,
whoever, a poet,
deaf people,
other deaf people. But so let's. By the way, we need to start the show yet. So let's do it, babe. Born and raised, my brother.
Born and raised. I was born in San Germán, Puerto Rico.
Hell yeah.
I was in San Germán, Puerto Rico. That's where I was born and raised. My mom, I have a very young mom, and it's crazy. I stopped talking about her actual age, but she was 13 when she had me. I'm not the oldest, by the way. I'm not. I'm one of 5.
Those are different times, huh?
Those were completely different times. And yeah, that's why my father's a criminal. But that's what I joke about.
And I was just going to ask you about my next question, and we can, are you done with that? Because I can follow up with related shit with your parents.
Yeah, no. So I was born and raised in San Germán, but my mom was following her true love, which is not my father. That's another whole story altogether. But she took us from San Germán, Puerto Rico, and the first place I landed was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I lived in Camden for, I think I want to say, since I was 6 to like 9, and then at 9 years old, we moved to the Bronx, and we've been living in the Bronx ever since. But you know how Puerto Ricans is, like todos los veranos, go to abuela, go to abuelo, go be with your father, So my brothers still live in Puerto Rico. They never left. So I have 2 brothers who never left Puerto Rico, who are just always there. And she could tell you, I drive Puerto Rico without a map, bro. I know the back roads, I know the side roads, I know the whole
island?
the whole island from one side to the next. I drive it like this.
Like
no map quest, none of that. But where you want to go? Oh, you want to go to Rincon? We go to Rincon. Boom. We're going to go to San Germán.
Luquillo,
You want to go to Luquillo? We go, boom. We go to Luquillo. Humacao, let's go. Want to go to Mayagüez? Want to go to Cabo Rojo? Aguadilla, wherever you want to go, I'll take you. Just tell me where you want to go. And we go to the crazy. She takes me to the craziest places because she'd be like, "Hun, I want to go to this place. You want to go to this place?"
I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
I saw this food truck in the middle of the fucking ocean. You got to get on the boat and then let's go, babe. Don't worry about it.
So there's 2 things that people don't know exist in Puerto Rico. One is a winery. There's a winery in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But this shit está en el culo del mundo. En el el mismo culo. As a matter of fact, you gotta climb this road. By the way, 2-way street road that's no bigger than this little studio here, right? And the thing is that as you're going up to where the thing is, it says, "Please repent now, because you're about to go to heaven," right? It's all kind of like you're about to die. That's how little the road is. So many people die just to go see this damn winery. And I want to know is how the fuck they built a castle all the way up there. Because there's a fucking castle up there. And then the other place, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was the other We went after a torrential down. There's a place called Jurassic Park in Puerto Rico, which is an old like a water plant, and so they abandoned it. So it looks crazy. It looks like Jurassic Park. All the yellows, all the warnings, and people just walk through them. And we went after a torrential downpour, and all the water was ridiculously high. The dams were it was a mess. So she's on a mission to kill me in Puerto Rico. She's like, este cabrón se va a morir acá because en una de estas cuestas lo vamos a caer todo.
So where'd you grow up in Bronx?
So in the Bronx, I grew up on Watson. I grew up all Watson. Super hood. I grew up on Watson and Boynton, and then anywhere from Watson and I want to say Evergreen all the way to Morrison. That was my hood right there, all of Watson. I grew up with all the G's, man, all the old G's.
So all these legendary stories of killers and drug dealers.
I'm friends with them. I'm friends with them. And let me tell you something.
Dale.
I want to say this. I felt the safest on Watson Avenue, because if you were from Watson, everybody knew who everybody was. And there was the back in those days, it was bad, but it was bad for people who came from other blocks. It wasn't bad. Like if you lived there and just mind your fucking business, walk the fuck home. It got nothing to do with it, keep walking. That's not your business. Don't get in the business. And they will take care of their own. Like if somebody from another block came to fuck, the whole hood came out. I mean, I'm talking about.
And they can have problems with each other. They can have problems with each other, but for that day, they together.
Nah, yeah. There was no like, and there was a system. Like if you had a problem with somebody, you knew who to go talk to. Yo, so-and-so did this and this. Trust me, it was handled. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to say no names, but they know. What's a mob, baby?
well, I had a guest here. He did a documentary on the Wild Cowboys, and that was a Watson chapter as well. So and by that face, you can say he says whatever.
Listen, I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been in ICU. I got reconstructive surgery from my skull down. So yeah, I was in there, bro.
He was in there.
I was in the real shit. When the real shit was happening, I was in there. My mom was scared for my life. I didn't think I was gonna make it past 29. I said I'm gonna make it to 29, and that was it. Like that's where I thought my life was gonna end. Like at somewhere between fucking 16 and 29, I was gonna die because I thought that was the script.
That's that Watson shit.
Yeah, that was Watson, baby.
Watson's a bad place, boy. Well, bad but good. I had a lot of friends from Watson. They all fucking stand up guys.
Yeah, amazing people. Own businesses now, fucking
they
doing
own
great.
businesses. Shout out to my boy Frank. Shout out to LB.
LB's my boy.
LB, yeah. Shout out to Olivia.
Troy
Nelson.
Troy.
I've met Troy, but I actually want to see if he wants to talk on the podcast.
My brother from another mother. My mom, believe it or not, that's how me and Troy became really good friends. My mom used to babysit all his kids.
But what his Troy Ace or Ace Troy, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's got a record label now. He's crazy, doing crazy shit.
No, he's I've met him a couple of times, but when we see each other, it's like,
shout out to him.
What up?
G?
No, Watson. I love Watson because, like you said, they just stand up guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So after Watson, what happens after Watson? School? Where does the comedy come?
The comedy doesn't come until very later in life. So Watson there, I was a fighter, bro. I was a fighter. Like I was straight fight. And shout out to Willie Martinez, K-Mag International. Look him up. He's still on Watson, and he has a school in Ward. 1152 Ward Avenue. Amazing. He came. So I was going to junior high school, and I met his son. His son used to bully the shit out of me, because his father was a Green Beret, whatever the Special Forces is, was back in that time for the Army. And so this kid was fucking trained to fucking beat motherfuckers up.
So he used it in a bad way.
Yeah, so he was a bad motherfucker. We became really good friends. But his mother, Nancy Rivera. Hi, Nancy, love you. Nancy Rivera was like, yo, your son bullies this little deaf motherfucker, right? So she made sure that Willie trained me, and Willie became my dad, because my dad wasn't around. So Willie became my dad, and this motherfucker trained me like I was a fucking Marine Corps. Like he trained me to fight, he trained me to beat people's up, like he put me in the ring. And the thing about him was, whenever I was fighting, I was never fighting anybody my size. I was always skinny. I was like maybe 96 pounds wet. He was putting me up against guys that were 200 pounds. And he made me so fucking hard that I was not scared of any motherfucker. Like I was literally, I'm no fear. Like I don't give a fuck how big you are. He would put me in the fucking ring like, yo, handle it. And you know what he would tell me? You don't get to pick who you fight in the street. Oh, so handle it. And so because of
That's a fact.
yeah, so he was like, you don't pick. So I will go home with bruises and shit, all fucked up. And my mom be like, aprendiste. Okay, sigue aprendiendo. And my mom gave him reins to do whatever. And this motherfucker molded me. I was a monster, bro. I would fucking, and it's crazy because I was the skinniest and smallest guy, but I would be the one fucking everybody up. Like and I would love it. I would love to fight. And you go come hit me. If you see, that's why I got all these scars and all this shit. Because I would love to fucking fight, bro. Put me down.
And here we are. People would probably think you're a punk ass comedian.
My nigga.
And they don't even know.
I love that. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what. I go one further. You know the illegal fights?
Yeah.
Them guys, they started on Boynton. That shit started on Boynton, 1020 Boynton.
BX Fight Club.
The BX Fight Club started in 1020 Boynton. We ask them. We used to fight in there.
So you know Hove?
Yeah. Hove lived on 1015. I lived on 1020. I'm friends with all of them. So that shit started right there in front of 1020. We used to do it inside of 1020. Then we took it outside we have this little thing there, and we used to fight right in there, bro. That's where that shit started.
That was
started
the birth,
right there.
the birth of Big Fight Club.
Right there on 1020 Boynton, right there. As a matter of fact, we used to barbecue right outside the thing, so you would get boom, boom, and that's how it was. And then boom, we fuck each other up in there, but yo, we were brothers, bro. Let me tell you, you don't get close to people until you fuck each other up. I'm telling you, that's how it was. Like, because now they know, like, yo, if shit goes down, motherfucker's gonna fight. And this motherfucker's gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
I love it. See, this is why I love interviewing people, right? Because it starts off as Red the comedian, and then you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get.
I'm telling you, 1020 Boynton, baby.
So now I interview.
Hulk could tell you, bro. And we used to throw down.
I can imagine because Killer Mike was a fight.
Killer Mike, I remember when Killer Mike started. Yo, Killer Mike was nasty, bro.
Yeah,
Killer Mike is nasty. And then it's funny because Killer Mike was like me. Killer Mike was that kind of silent guy that you think, nah, he ain't got nothing. My nigga, Killer Mike did them, bow. He put you down. Yeah. I seen Killer Mike put niggas down there. You'd be like, nah, there's no way he gonna put them down.
I think, and we did an interview, I think episode 21. And he's a great dude. He comes up in all my interviews. Like I always send him to him, yo, you came up again, motherfucker.
Yeah, Killer Mike, man.
I love him.
And you know what Killer Mike did? Also, he went into the comedy world.
Yeah, he did the one night stand. Yep.
And I love that.
No, he's great.
Because Da Vinci came out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that group. That's
a
where Da Vinci came from.
A lot of people came out of that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we finished high school or no? College? None of that?
So we did college. I went to John Jay first, then I went to Lehman, and then I went to Penn State for a little bit.
God damn.
And then.
How many credits you got?
And then,
How many credits you got?
Enough to have a master's, but not enough to have a master's.
Oh, so you definitely got a bachelor's.
So yeah, so I didn't finish. I just started getting credits out of crazy. So I had my son. And so that's where the Sunko comes from. And so, yeah, I was like, you know what? I was 19 years old. And I was like, fuck it, I got to be a dad. I don't want to be like my father. I don't want to be absent. I wanted to take care of my son. So
you went to school was the...
So I stopped school. I stopped everything. And so I just really wanted to grow and I wanted to be part of my son's life. You know, I didn't want him to not grow without a father. So that's it. That was it. I was just focused on that. And then from there, I started working in car dealerships. And so I worked at the service department. And then, you know, my ex-wife, which is the only time I was legitimately married, she was, hey, how do I put this? I guess she was a swinger. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
She was.
We support that on this podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So she was about that life. She was about that life. And so I was never jealous of it. First of all, she was much older than me. She was my mom's age, a little bit older than my mom. So, you know, she found her love of her life, another woman.
Okay.
And so she, you know, it was a time where we were married, and I was like, we have a son now. And I'm like, I was at a place where like I don't want my son to be exposed to that as a little kid.
Yeah.
And so she made a choice, and so she stuck with it. I brought my son with me. I moved right back to the Bronx. I was living in Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Hell yeah.
It's Norristown, Pennsylvania. And I came right back to Watson to my mom's house. And then from there, I stood in Watson and Boynton, Watson and Manor, right there, boop, boop. And that's it.
And we just figured it out.
We figured it out from
there.
there.
As young parents, because I was a young dad. I had my daughter at 19, 20. And, bro, you know, I shit the bed a couple of times. You know, I would just drop off to mom, go hang out, go make money, whatever.
Shout out to my mama. I love you, mommy. Bendición. No,
Shout
my
out to
mom-
mama.
Yeah, no, my mom. Let me tell you something. My mom couldn't be the greatest grandma in the world. She really is. Like, she was a good mom, but she was still young when she was raising us because she was 13.
Yeah.
Like, think about it now. You are a 13-year-old right now with 3 kids. Like, imagine that. Like, right now. 13.
That shit is fucking me up a little
Like,
bit.
yeah. Like,
And this is
imagine
back.
that.
This is what,
Imagine.
the 70s and 80s.
This is 80s. 80s. So, you know, so like, yo, you're a 13-year-old. What is a 13-year-old doing with 3 kids?
Did anybody go to jail?
Nobody went to jail.
Okay, just checking.
No, nobody went to jail because Puerto Rico didn't work that way.
Puerto Rico.
Didn't work that way. If you fucked up and you got a girl pregnant, the punishment was you getting married. That's
Yeah.
it. Boom, they married you. Law's over.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's
Oh, okay, I got it now.
it. Yeah.
And not only that, I don't even think in the U.S. they give a fuck. Now, everybody going to jail.
Oh yeah, everybody go to jail.
Even DR, they strict in DR, they strict in Puerto Rico, they strict everywhere now because so many cases from those days.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
so now it's over for you. But
Imagine, I got my daughter. My daughter is 11 now. Like my mom was my daughter's age right now when she had my older brother. That's crazy, and that to me
11.
bugs me out. And I'm close with my daughter, and I'm like,
I'll
you
kill
know,
somebody.
Oh, I said the same thing. I'm going straight to jail. I'm going straight to jail.
okay, and maybe Jeanette can help us. What age can the body
As soon as they get their period. As soon as they get their period, whatever
so
age it
once
is,
that period drops, they can have.
I had to research this. As soon as the period drops,
I want to research now.
yeah. As soon as the guy and I remember I cried when my daughter's mother, because she's an amazing mom. When my daughter's mother called me and told me, "Hey, your daughter got," I cried.
Oh, she got her period.
Oh my God, I fucking cried. I was like, I didn't even know how to talk to my daughter. Because I'm really close to my daughter. I was like, damn, baby, are you okay?
I have no advice for you.
I was like,
I don't know what to tell you. Listen to your mom, whatever she says.
Yeah, I was crying. She could tell you I fucking cried for days because I'm like, shit, now she's in danger because, the hormones are high now. And then my daughter got a little body on her and like, men her age,
a
they can
fear,
smell.
it's a
Yeah.
fear.
Oh my God. So I was crying. I was like, you call me and I'll be in a plane right now. We'll handle it. So to me, but yeah, as soon as a young lady has her, le grita el gallo,
It could happen.
it could happen,
That's some scary shit.
Yeah.
Shout out
it's
to my
crazy.
daughter. She had my granddaughter at 27, 28. So, the baby's gonna be 3.
Nena, 27, 28, that's a good age.
That's
okay, baby?
perfect. Compared to 13.
Yeah. 13, shoot.
No, it's scary, but you know what? It was, shout out to mom. It was a different time,
It was.
Mom, we're not blaming you for anything. It's,
No,
it's
my
just
mom
a
was
different
amazing.
time.
My mom was amazing.
And she figured it out at 13. Look at that.
She did.
She didn't lose none of the kids.
My mom never been clubbing. We took her clubbing after she was of age. The kids took her clubbing. My mom never went to a club. My mom's only vice was cigarettes. She used to smoke a ton of cigarettes, Newport Lights, all the time, hundreds, Newport 100s, Newport Nights. She was a heavy smoker. And so we literally, between the brothers, we got together one year because she had a collapsed lung and she had pneumonia where she lost one lung. And we were like, Ma, because we were still young. We were like 16, 17 when this happened to my mom. Maybe a little bit younger. And we're like, yo, we don't want to lose you because what's going to happen to us? We were still babies, technically, So we that's how she got to quit. And so thankfully we have her there. My mom's the only one who took care of all her grandchildren. All her grandchildren go through the same training that we did. Like they all go through the house.
That's
like my
fire.
daughter, all of them. They all call her mom. That's mom. That's not grandma. That's mom.
That's fire.
That's
I love it, man. So, okay, so we go from the dealership. You post that a lot. So how long you been there?
I started working at dealerships just now. So I started working dealerships because it was the only place I could make a lot of money in the service department that I could make a lot of money very quickly. And then so from there, when I came back to New York, the hours on dealerships are ridiculous. All right, so I said I need to get away from that. So then I started working, that was when I first started working for Verizon. And I started at Verizon at the very bottom of the pile as a greeter, and I worked my way up until I got into marketing. And then from there, they help you, develop. And from there, I worked in the wireless industry for, I think now 25 years. And then just recently, after COVID, was when I went back to the dealerships.
Oh, okay.
Because I was working in the marketing department, sales and marketing, indirect sales and marketing I think I worked for almost all the carriers, but I love that. But once COVID hit, It was just they erased a whole bunch.
But
of
Verizon, what the internet part or the phone part?
So I worked for Verizon for 7 years, but I actually worked most of my career with T-Mobile.
Oh, because they do like a joint.
Competitors. No, they're competitors, man. The competitors.
Oh, okay. So Sprint is the one that died.
Sprint died.
T-Mobile took over.
So Boost died under Sprint, and then Sprint became T-Mobile.
Yes.
And then T-Mobile acquired a whole bunch of little companies, and they are who they are now.
Motherfuckers.
They did. They did a monopoly. The same thing Verizon did back in the day.
Yeah.
Because when I started Verizon, Verizon wasn't Verizon. It was New Jersey Bell.
I remember that.
New Jersey Bell. New York Telephone, New Jersey Bell, and Atlantic Mobile became Verizon. And so I was there in the very beginning of that. And it's crazy because I was in the very beginning of, I don't remember if you remember Metro Piece of Shit.
Hell yeah.
So Metro Piece of Shit became T-Mobile. So I was there for Metro PCS, which is where I went into. I got recruited into there. They wanted me to be in there. And that's
So you left all of that. Now you're back with the dealer.
I'm back with the dealer, bro.
But doing what? The sales again?
No. So basically I do the service department part. So when you bring in your sales into the sales department, I'm the one that takes all your money for all your required services. Required.
So oil change turns into all types of other shit.
Well, there's no such thing as oil changes anymore. That's gone out the window. If you come in, first of all, if you come into a dealer, no, you're gonna go spend no less than $1,000. I don't care what car you got, you're gonna spend $1,000. Period. Because the way they built cars now is so different. Before it was just lube, oil, filter.
Oil change and you go home.
Oil change. That's it.
No more.
Filter.
Now to get to the oil pan, they got to move some other shit. So
to change a light bulb right now in certain cars, you got to remove.
I did
the bumper.
I did it.
You got to remove.
I had a 2018 Accord.
Yeah.
And the fuck, they got the it's not a bulb, it's the whole line.
Yep.
The light, whatever that shit is. It's a streak of whatever.
Yeah.
And I did the YouTube, bro. I had to go
2-3
get fucking
hours. Yep.
Bro,
Special tools.
Thank God I got a fucking driveway.
Special tools. Yeah.
No, it was like 300 to replace that whole fucking. So
and you did it yourself. Imagine.
Did it myself.
So the labor in the dealers is just crazy, astronomical.
So when do you have time to? Well, first let's go back. I don't want to just go straight into the comedy. How do you? And I ask all comedians that come to my show this: how do you get into comedy? Because it's not something, and everyone has a different story, and I love everyone's first step. How do you know? Okay, Watson, raising kids, fucking Verizon. Where does the comedy come?
The comedy was always there, believe it or not. In Watson, we used to have these chats or these group chats where even the radio, we used to do the CB radios. CVs.
Oh, okay.
Because we used to listen to the frequencies of the police frequencies. So we had the two-way radios, and we would talk, and we would have these group chats because we were all in Channel 3. We'd all be in Channel 3, and we were all talking like to each other, and we would talk shit to each other. So it was crazy because it was crazy, but we would always crack jokes, and we were always making fun of one another. And then when WhatsApp came, we had group chats. I still got one of the original group chats that started in fucking 2001. Like, that's how crazy. There's a good 25-year-old group chat.
Wow.
From just people from WhatsApp, and we would just fucking make fun of everybody and anybody. And then I've always watched stand-up comedy. And so for me, I used to watch A la Cama con Porcel. I don't know if you know about
Never heard of
this.
that shit in my life.
Yo, look this shit up. That was the first comedian I fucking...
Oh, that's
I
a
was like,
person?
Yes. So the show is called Jorge. His name is Jorge Porcel.
Okay.
Jorge Porcel. He's an Argentinian comedian.
Okay.
But he had a show on Spanish television because my mom only spoke Spanish, so you only watching Spanish shit in my house. So he had a show called A la Cama con Porcel. Look that show up. Amazing fucking funny show. This fucking fat dude, fucking comedian with all these hot bitches all over him. Like, he had them on lingerie.
If I see it, I'm probably like, that's...
Yeah. We should look it up, y'all. We got to look it up over here. Yeah. Yo, and so I watched him, and he was a comedian. He was a stand-up comedian who turned from stand-up to this show that was before Sábado Gigante.
Okay.
And then Sábado Gigante came after that.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but I loved because he was just wild. And by the way, the show came on at 11:30, 12 o'clock. That's how crazy it was back in those days.
It had to,
it had to be after 11, 12, but I would sneak by like, bloop, and I would just watch it, on SAP because that's how you watch shit.
Yeah.
And so No volume, no nothing. I don't need volume. So I just watching it.
I
and
don't
reading
need
it.
volume. That's
I
hilarious.
didn't need volume. So I was like,
I was reading lips from fucking a young boy.
I just saw his mannerisms and how all these girls were like, all these facial expressions. I just dumbfounded by it, and I loved it. So I learned to be funny early on, and so always everybody say you should be funny. You should be funny. I was funny, but you should be a comedian and this and that. And then I worked in marketing for a long time. And so when I was working in marketing, that's when they put me forward. So a lot of people confuse my comedy career between my comedy career and my MC career. My MC career was different. I was always funny on the mic, but I wasn't doing stand-up. I was just being myself and being funny on stage or introducing people, because I used to do the shows for like, people don't realize that a lot of the shows that were back in the day, like in the Nokia Theater and stuff, they were sponsored by the telephone companies. It was sponsored by T-Mobile or Verizon or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But they will have one of us do the emceeing. So I would do the emceeing for those shows, and that's where people recognize me from back then. But I wasn't doing comedy.
So you already had the gift of gab on the mic.
On the mic. And so I was always in public speaking. I was always in front of people.
So stage fright was out the window.
Oh, no, stage fright exists, but I learned how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I was always scared. Like even to this day, I'm scared to right before I go. If you watch me before, I don't talk to anybody before I go on stage. You see me pacing and be like, yo, you all right? Nemo be all the time. Nemo be like, yo, you good? Because Nemo sees me. Nemo's like the first session, like, yo, relax, you all right? You got OCD? Like, what's going on? But it's just like I still have a lot of stage fright.
Shout out to Nemo.
Yeah, shout out to Nemo, girl plug. She's amazing. So she, like people see me and I don't talk to anybody before the show. Talk to me after the show. Like I'll be like, I'm on my mind. Like I'm looking at the people because I get there early. I love to get there early. I like getting there before.
Read the room.
I like to read the room. I like to see who's going in there, and I'm reading lips. I'm reading what's going on in the audience. So when I come up there and I say, yo, you and you will have an argument about blah 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 blah, they start laughing automatically loud, and everybody laughs, knowing that what I'm telling them is the truth. Because I just saw what the fuck just happened.
And you just saved the relationship.
I just fucking ruined relationships left and right, just so you know.
Or save them.
Yeah.
Because maybe they didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no.
Now you made it a joke, so you broke the...
We broke the ice.
You broke an ice. They're going to... No, babe, we was arguing and he made us not... So it's amazing.
So I make them laugh, but I watch what's going on in the room. And then if I'm hosting, I'm definitely watching the room.
Yeah.
Because I want to know exactly what's going on in that room. And for me, so as a comedian, it's important to hear the laughter, but I don't hear it, so I have to watch the laughter. So I have to be like, so it was hard in the beginning. It was very hard for me because I would talk so fast to try to get to the jokes that I wouldn't stop for the laughter. And you have to stop for the laughter. So it's something that I had to learn when I became a comedian. Versus MC, you go ba 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 ba. You got a script.
Yeah.
You're reading the script. Aventura, boom, or whatever. The sponsors are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, 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 and you keep moving. So, but shout out to Joy, and the whole crew over at T-Mobile, and Martin, of course. They were like, dude, you need to go on stage and be stand-up. Like, just do it all full time, bro. Like, you got to do it.
Okay, just go check it out.
Yeah. And they were like, yo, like, you got to go do it. And so I started watching a lot of comedy, and then I was there when Havana first started. Like when Havana, the Bronx Havana room started.
Shout out to Toby.
Yeah, Toby and them. And so I was there when it first started, and so it just became its own thing. So I would go there and watch the comedians, like just watch everybody. Like,
and Imagine was hosting at that time or no?
So Imagine started hosting, and so it was crazy. I think the very, very first time though it was Aldo and then Imagine. I remember the first one was Aldo.
That's true because Aldo, I heard that name before.
Aldo he hosted I think just one, and then Imagine came, and Imagine just took it from there on out, and it's been Imagine ever since. So, yeah, I watched it from the beginning. I literally sat there in the back of the room.
So you was trying to get the cojones to do it, or you was studying the craft?
I was just studying and watching how it moved. I was watching. I didn't feel that I was a comedian because I was like, for me it had to be perfect. Like if I'm gonna go up on stage, it had to be perfect.
So you watching people bomb, you watching people nervous,
people-
you watching people kill it,
I
you
watch
watching
people-
Imagine Do His Thing. He's been doing it for fucking 40 years. So you studying everything.
Everything.
How
I
to
was
host,
watching.
how to open, how to kill. So
I was learning. I was learning without learning. I was just there to enjoy the show because I loved it so much. And I saw people that I saw on TV bomb. And that was crazy to me. I was like, damn, I just saw this.
how
dude
they
on TV.
bombing, right?
Like how they bombing?
They
in this
already
room?
they're already established, and how they
Yeah.
bombing in this room.
Yeah, and then you would see Imagine day in and day out. So much so, we saw Imagine so much she knew the jokes. Like she would be like, okay, he's gonna say, like she knew what he's gonna say next, and she would jump the punchline and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what it was. So then I started moving around, and and then I finally, what happened was it was a couple of things that happened at the same time. One of the comedians, his name is Tony P. Shout out Tony P. Tony P. I remember him being there the first day that he was like, yo, because he used to sit with me. He used to sit with me at the bar. He was like, I want to do this shit. And so he had the balls to go up and do it.
So both of y'all was studying?
Yeah, we were studying, and Tony P did it before me. I saw Tony P, no shit. I love you, Tony P. No shit. I saw Tony P bomb 52 consecutive times.
Where'd that number come from? 52?
52.
That's a real number?
I counted that shit.
52 bombs?
52
And
bombs.
he kept going.
He didn't stop. And so the fighter in me triggered something in me. I was like, yo, this motherfucker, he got fight in him. And I'm a fighter already. Like, if he can do it, I fucking could do it. And so watching him, I mean, he bomb. But he's funny now. I want to say that. The motherfucker's hilarious. But it made him the comedian that he is now. But he didn't stop. He was like, fuck it. I'm a bomb, but I'm going to keep going. Bomb. And then it gave me the courage. And so the first time I went up, I did great. And then I bombed 200 times. I bombed 200 times. I did. I bombed, but I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to keep going until I get good at it. And I just kept it.
What is your, forget about other bombs. What is your translation for people? Because there's a comedian right now watching this that probably gave up. And he bombed 2 months ago and he hasn't been back since. I want you to explain your bombs and what they did to you and how you overcame that.
All right, So let's start back up a little bit.
Yeah, do your
right.
thing.
All right.
The
So
floor is yours.
okay,
You
so
have a drink? Where's your drink go?
I need it from my honey if I can. So here's the thing. Let's talk about comedy as a whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about comedy. Comedy is an art form, right? Comedy is an art form. Nobody owns comedy. I don't own comedy.
Oh, I like that. Nobody owns comedy.
Nobody owns
podcasts.
Nobody owns podcasting. Nobody owns comedy. Comedy is an art form. Like dancing is an art form. Like graffiti is an art form. Singing is an art form. Musical instruments an art form. Comedy is an art form. So think of it that way. That's an art form. Your interpretation of that art form is whatever the fuck you want it to be. All right? If you want to do whatever kind of comedy you want to do, that's on you. The only thing that's important about comedy is for it to be funny. That's it. That's the only rule about comedy. If you want to do comedy, whether it be stand-up, whether it be sketch, whatever the fuck it is, your interpretation of comedy is your interpretation of comedy. No one can tell you how to do your comedy or when to do your comedy because it's an art form. Nobody owns it. You do it however the fuck you want to do it.
I love that.
Right? So here's the difference. So in every art form, there's a business side to it. And that's when the stand-up comedy clubs come in. That's when other shit comes into play. All right? If you want to do comedy for the art of the comedy, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't need nobody. You could do it in the park. You could do it in the train. You could do it in the basement somewhere, in a strip club, which I did a couple of times.
In the shower, whatever you want.
In the shower. You do it for the art. If you're doing it for the art, you do the art however the fuck you want to do
You and your wife get naked?
We do comedy.
You perform for her?
Let me tell you something. We have sex and we're laughing during sex. Like we laugh about crazy shit. Like, whatever, some shit happening.
Yeah.
Like we laugh. Like if you're doing it for the art form, don't let anybody.
God bless you.
Don't let nobody tell you how to do your art form. It is your interpretation of art. The only requirement is to be funny. That's it.
Yep.
If people can laugh off of it, you do whatever the fuck you want to do. So that's first. Now, what happens is that when you go into the business of comedy, all right, then there's something a little bit different. Then when it's the business of comedy, then you have to learn certain things, all right? And you should seek to learn those things, all right? And that's where my life changed because I was doing it aimlessly just to do comedy with no aim. And then I came across certain people who were like, what is your aim? What's your goal in comedy? So that's the first thing you need to realize. Like, if you're going to do stand-up comedy, what is your goal? Is it to be famous? Is it to just be funny? Is it to be in front of people?
After work.
Is it to travel the world? What is your goal in
You want to get to fucking David Letterman or
You want to get to David Letterman, whatever it is.
Johnny Carson from back in the days, whatever.
Yeah, whatever your goal is. Movies,
sitcom, MTV, whatever.
whatever it is, you have to know that going in. Okay, this is my goal. How do I get to that goal? But most of all, what's most important and what people forget is setting those boundaries. This is what I'm not willing to do. This is not what I'm not willing to forsake. Like, this is not what I'm going to lose. I'm not going to lose my family. I'm not going to lose my day job. Because a lot of comedians would be like, oh, if you're a real comedian, you don't have a day job. Fuck you. Fuck yeah. You need a real job.
You need 401.
Yeah, you need a retirement plan because comedy is weird in that way. I could be making a ton of money. Like, there's months that I'm not lying to you where I made $20,000 off of comedy. And there's months that I made negative 4,000. You know,
you spend more than
you spend more
traveling,
more
food.
than what you make.
Yeah.
So if you can have a job that accommodates your comedy, then do that. Then do that. Do a job that accommodates your comedy. Then that's perfect. But don't ever be I'm gonna be jobless, aimless, and do the comedy. So then when you get into the comedy business, you gotta understand that whoever is running the business that you want to get into, they have certain parameters that they want you to follow. And if you want to do comedy in that business, you have to follow those rules. So you got to learn what the rules are so you can learn to bend them or break them. You know, whatever it is that you need to do to get to where you need to go. But don't go out there to do comedy for the sake of just doing comedy because you're going to get hurt. And the comedy world is a very cold world. You're gonna get hurt, and people are just there to watch you fall. That's the biggest thing. The other people are just there to watch you fall, and it be the people that you least expect that want you to fall. So if you're a new comedian, learn the craft of comedy. I learned it from 3 different people. All right, I learned it. God bless Janice Massetti. Thank you. She's my little godmother in comedy. She taught me that comedy and music are the same thing. Because comedy has beats to it. And she taught me how to go faster beat, slower beat. Like this joke got to be said this way. This joke got to be said this way. If you're in this room, you got to say it this way. If you're in this room, you got to say it the other way. Right? And then JP Justice came in and put in a whole bunch of knowledge into my head. Then I went to the American Comedy Institute, which is a real institute. If you want to learn comedy, that the real business of comedy, go there. American Business.
Is that a college school?
No, it's a comedy school. It's American Comedy Institute.
They got comedy schools?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
How long is that program?
So depends. So they have all kinds of different programs. I suggest everyone take a class. It does, even if you don't do it from American Comedy Institute. Go. Stephen Rosenfield, by the way. Shout out to Stephen Rosenfield. Amazing.
That's the third person?
No, Stephen Rosenfield is the one who runs American Comedy Institute.
Oh, okay. No, because you said 3 people.
So no, but Stephen Rosenfield is the guy behind that. And anybody that's anybody in comedy, I promise you, went through that school. If you go look at their history, everybody, Bill Burr, everybody, down that list, they came from that school. Everybody came from that school.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So learn that. Learn to write. You have to learn to write. All right, you gotta learn to write. That shit that you gonna say whatever you want to say on stage, it ain't gonna work. It works for some people, right? Very little, and the people that it works for people that done it a long, long time. But if you go into a comedy club want to see consistency. They want to be able to say you do A, B, C, D, and A, B, C, D gets laughs every time. And then there's different types of laugh. A laugh, A laugh, A plus laughs. So there's different laughs. So you got to be able to do it consistently. And the only way you do it consistently is by doing your set consistently. If you have a set today this way and a set like that the next day, guess what? That's where the comedy clubs ain't calling you back. They're going to see you at least 5 times before they book you in. Because they want to make sure, okay, did that laugh land on that time? Did that laugh land at 2? With the clock, they're like on the clock. Did that laugh land at 30 seconds in, 40 seconds in, 10 seconds in? Did that laugh get land in another 10 seconds? There's a lot of nuances to comedy. And so learn to write, and then of course Mark Vieira taught a lot. Gina Brion taught me a lot. Sarah Contreras taught me a lot. You know, I learned a lot from Imagine too, but I was from watching and stuff like that. So, you know, there's different people. There are people who are willing to help. You know what I mean? They're not just people punching down on you. There's a lot of people who are willing to help you and move on and stuff. But you got to find your way. What you don't ever do is give up. Don't give up. If you bomb, it's okay. It's part of the process. If you don't bomb, you're not trying. You have to bomb. You have to. The best comedians bomb all the time. And then they go, Dave Chappelle, he's famous for bombing in clubs. But when you see his special, guess what? That polished special is fucking fire.
Because that's what he's working on.
That's right. You got to be able to take chances. And don't, like, if you're new, don't constrict yourself to a certain subject, you know? Like, the biggest mistake that I see new comics do all the time is that they want to talk about sex, fucking, shitting, pooping, orgasm, squirting, coming. Anybody can do those jokes. Anybody can do those jokes. They're going to look at you like, okay, all right, cool. We heard those jokes.
We heard that
one
before.
time. We heard that one. Okay. You made a woman square. Oh, she came in your eye. Oh, big deal. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could say those jokes. You gotta learn. And then that's the thing that I had to learn, because I'm good at writing jokes. Like writing jokes, I could write a joke for anybody. But for me, I found that I couldn't write jokes for myself because I couldn't remember my own jokes, but I could remember someone else's jokes.
That's
But if I wrote a joke for me, I couldn't remember because I don't know exactly. I was thinking too much about where I want to put it. So for me, that's when storytelling came to me. That's my type of style. Like when I'm talking to you about real life. I'm talking to you about, even though it sounds crazy, what I'm saying is real shit that really happened. Some stuff is exaggerated. Sometimes it's made off the wall.
You mentioned that in the beginning. You make jokes about your dad getting your 11,
Yeah,
12 year mom.
that's one of my first jokes. I put that right out there right at the beginning. I used to say, and I used to say my mom's age when she had me, and I noticed that when I didn't do it, and then I did it just to try it, to see it.
They cringe?
Because people would be like, they forget that I was deaf. They forget everything else I said. Your mom was 13. Your mom was that young. Was really like, are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm a fucking 40-year-old man. Like, I'm all right. I'm good.
It would fuck up the whole.
It would be like, they would laugh and they would be like, but they would stay stuck on that number, like that number for some reason.
So you took it out?
I took the number out. I took the number completely out. So I would say some different shit now, but I don't mention her age at all.
Because that shit.
I just be like, you know, something like my mom had the baby shower and the quinceañera at the same time or some shit like that. You know, something to that effect that people be like, it's funny, but when you put a real number and it's real.
It happened to me. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, you put a real number, like I noticed that it will pause. It will pause the audience, and everybody will be like, and then the fact that my mom is black. My mom is black, and people be like, yo, your mom is black, and you fucking white as shit. Like, what the fuck? How does that happen? So, you know, and so I have a story about that because my son is white as shit too. And they thought that she was the nanny. I'm like, nah, that's my mom. That's grandma.
So she's dark skinned Puerto Rican.
She's dark skinned Puerto Rican, like dark skin Puerto Rican, like India Puerto Rican, like real Puerto Rican. And so my father, you know, like is Italian. So, you know, people be like, you know, but I didn't grow up in that side. I grew up in the dark side of Puerto Rico, like the dark family. She tell you, man, my dark side of the family, they fucking amazing.
Where does the name Big Red come from?
So Big Red was what they used to call me. I used to have a ton of red hair. So I used to.
You don't have hair no more?
I don't have any hair anymore. It's gone.
It's gone.
That's what happens when you have daughters. It's gone. So that's what the name.
So you had red hair for real?
Yeah, I had a achote. Yeah. I don't know if it wasn't even red. It was like achote. It's like it was a very unique color. And so I have hair, believe it or not. If I let my hair grow out, I can let it grow up. But what happens is my hair looks like it's weird. It's different colors. And then it's like really thin on the top, so it makes me look much older. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'm out. Less hair I have, more hair I get.
Hell yeah. Sorry. But all right, so let's get down to the business of when did you know I could do this shit? Like after the bombs, when did you start actually getting paid for gigs? I want to get to the part that you said that now you're rocking and rolling. You know, when is that happen after Havana?
So no.
Wait, we didn't even talk about your boy. We didn't talk about you in Havana. So your boy bombed 52 times. Did you ever? You followed up. Did you ever get on there?
I will get on Havana.
Is that the first place?
Havana was my first place, man. Havana was the first place, and yeah, I bombed there on a regular basis. But Havana is good for one thing. It's good for making you strong. You could bomb in Havana and fucking have an amazing set at a comedy club. It's crazy. And so whenever I do amazing,
Say that again.
you could bomb in Havana.
Yeah.
And that would happen. I will bomb on Monday in Havana. Bomb. I'm talking about bomb. And then I will go to New York Comedy Club on Wednesday and fucking kill it.
With the same routine? With the same
Kill it.
set?
With the same set.
So what is it about Havana?
Havana is just a complicated room because Havana is 3 rooms in one, right? Havana, when you're on the stage on the little stoop, so the DJ. Oh, by the way, I love you there, Dre. Dre was there for the longest time. I haven't been back since Dre been gone, but DJ Dre used to sit behind there, so it would be DJ Dre behind you, and then so you're on stage, and this is the bars in front of you. You're at the little stoop there. DJ Dre will be behind you. People will be all the way back there, so there's people looking at your ass the whole time, and then
You're performing and you
you're
can't see
performing.
those people?
Can't see the people behind you.
Okay.
There's people on the left and there's people in front of you. So that's 3 rooms in one. How you make the people behind you, the people in front of you, and the people inside of you all laugh at the same time. Well, the people behind you are not even looking at what you're saying. And sometimes they wouldn't even hear what you're saying. So you have to find a way to incorporate the entire room. And that's why Havana is hard. Because you have to incorporate 3 different things. And a lot of times, believe it or not, they never turn off those TVs. It'd be Monday night football. It'd be playoffs. It'd be basketball season. And they're over here. Yeah! You think like your joke hit? Nah. Somebody just scored a fucking touchdown. It would be crazy.
Performing, because I've experienced, shout out to For the Money again, the Agui Coco room is difficult because they're there to watch TV and have a good time.
The distractions is crazy.
So Havana's the same thing?
Havana is worse than that. Because
some of them didn't come for comedy.
they didn't come for comedy. But Havana was different in the sense that at a time they knew they were coming in for comedy. So Havana is weird because they have I don't know how, the people there are amazing. I don't want to say that it's not the people. It's because they go there to listen to comedy. But the thing about Havana is that they're spoiled in the way that they bring comedians up. Because you have like people you see on TV only come through to Havana, right? So they know, but they don't know. They don't know that this guy is like Jack, like somebody big from Hollywood that just came in. I wanted to try.
Even Riddell, you said Riddell went to.
Yeah. Rendell Ortiz, his first time, Havana.
And they probably didn't know who the fuck he was.
I had no idea who the fucking motherfucker was, but you know what? He did his thing. He did his thing. He made him laugh. All right, good. Havana is the barometer. Like if you can get one laugh in Havana, then you're good. You can know that you can take that and be funny somewhere else. If you don't get no laughs in Havana, I feel sorry for you, bro. You got a long road ahead of you. You got a long road ahead of you. Like Havana is like, if you want to measure where your skill level is, go to Havana.
How about this? Because PJ mentioned this. Shout out to PJ Bryan, by the way.
Oh, wait, hey, we got to shout PJ Monsters, bro. Shout out to my PJ Bryan.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Monster Ball.
Yo, let me tell you something. And PJ Bryan, shout out to him because nobody knows. He planned this last year. When he talked to me, it was last year, April. And it took him a whole year, and he did amazing, bro. He sold out almost all his shows. All the shows were super fucking good. They were amazing. I can't wait till next year. It's gonna be
PJ
amazing.
Bryan, baby. He was here, by the way.
Yes.
So he mentioned that you got the downtown rooms,
Yes.
and then you got uptown.
Yes.
So help the people understand what is that, and throw Havana in there. So you got Havana. You described the Havana laughs. Mm-hmm. What is downtown? And by the way, they're gonna pay you new comics.
You're getting paid nothing.
You getting paid nothing. They don't give a fuck who you are. You're getting paid $40, $50. Take it or leave it. So
Not even that.
Not even that. My bad.
When you first start, you guess what? You get paid shit. And as a matter of fact, nobody wants to put you on. Nobody wants to put you on. When you first start, and that's the hard part of this business, that nobody when you first start wants to put you on. And then if you have one comedian that's been around that talks shit about you, then you're really not getting on anywhere. And so
the gatekeeping is real.
the gatekeep is super real. And so then that happened to me. So what I had to do was I had to figure out how the fuck am I getting on stage? And so what I started to do is I knew the business of comedy because I already understood the business of comedy. I learned it really fucking quick, right? So I started producing my own shows. And shout out to all the producers out there, all these new kids that are producing.
That's what Black
clips.
Rose said.
Yeah,
And
produce your own
PJ.
show. Produce your own show.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them. Fuck that. You know, they don't want to put you on, but it's okay. No worries. It's your fucking, again, we're going to go back to the beginning. It's your art. You do it however you want it. You put on whoever you fucking want. So then you do your shows and you do them however the fuck you want to do them. The only thing is don't fall for the fucking game because there's a game being played out there. You know what I'm saying? If you're a comedian, and I'm not talking about if you're new, because when you're new, you got to do shit for free. It's just
That's part of the game.
part of the game until you get strong enough. But don't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in and still doing free shows. There's no fucking way. You should that should not be. That should not be.
PJ mentioned that as well.
That should not be. Don't fall for this. Like if somebody calls you and say like I want you to be on my show, they called you to be on the show. The first question,
you making noise.
Yeah. The first question out of your mouth should be how much does it pay? I just called you, Big Red just called you. How much does it pay? How much time do you need me to do?
Let's do it more professional.
Yeah.
What's the budget? That's the proper way. What's the budget?
No, don't say budget. No,
Say,
don't say budget.
say money.
Say how much are you going to pay me? Because budget could imply the budget for the entire
So that can actually hurt you.
production. Yeah, that hurts you. Because if I could say my budget is $200 for the whole production, I'm gonna give you $20. That makes no sense.
So how much am I? So be direct. How
Be
much
direct.
am I getting
How
paid?
much are you paying me? How much time do you need me to do? How much time are you asking? You paying me $50 for 15 minutes, for 7 minutes? What's the time frame? What time you need me to be there? Okay, because the time that you're there could fuck you up for another show. You know, where am I on the lineup? Am I going first? Am I second? Because especially if you're new, the only way you're gonna make money in this business is that's what you're in for and not the art, is you need to be here, 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 and here, at least 3 or 4 shows every night to make some money. And so I need to know how many minutes.
So 30, 40, 50. Okay, I got home with $150 for the night or 200.
If you're 200, you're good. Because think about it, if 200 times 7, you're good. You're $1,400 in a week. That's good.
And you taking your set back, boom, 7 o'clock, then like 9, 8, 9, and the downtown is even better. If you're on St. Mark's,
Yep.
there's like three clubs on the St. Mark's.
Yeah.
And you could go up the block,
Yep.
or you could go down to McDougal or whatever.
You could go to McDougal.
You could go to Grizzly.
You go to Grizzly Pear. You
Yeah.
know, there's a whole bunch of clubs. So you gotta be smart with your time, but don't let yourself be bamboozled. I hate that.
How about when they say, I got you?
No. Don't know I got you. I need to know how much time, what time you need me there, and how much you're paying me. That's it. Don't be like, we'll talk about it later. Anybody that tells you I'm gonna talk about it later, they're gonna get you. You gonna do that shit for free or no? Because that as a producer, because I produce shows. As a producer, my first thing is this is how much I got to pay you. Is that
So how? Okay, so let's do it. You calling me, right? So, boom, Abby, I need you. Grizzly Pear, 8 o'clock, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I got $80.
let's say 500. I got 500 for you.
God damn.
All right.
So, okay, what's Red? 500, 8 o'clock. Yo, can we do 8:30? Because I got so that's where you do your negotiating. Because
Right in the beginning.
they say your worth is what you negotiate.
Yes. If you don't negotiate,
Once we hang up that phone,
that's done. That's done.
we done. So
done.
I'm getting 500
Yep.
for fucking 20 minutes.
Yep.
Grizzly Pear
Yep.
at 8:30.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
The phone's hung up. I
That's
can't
it.
come there. Yo, everybody laugh. I need 1,000. No, fuck you.
No. There's other things that you need to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because don't be like, like for example, I do a lot of shows in theaters now, right? We do theater shows. A theater show might hold 200 or 500 depending on the theater. And then you don't know, like you agree, I'll tell you, hey, this place this time, is this budget good? Like, this is what I got. Can you do it for this much? And then they show up to the place and they be like, yo, ma, you need to give me some extra money because, yo, you see all these people.
Like United Palace is-
No.
is-
Don't come with that. That we already agreed and participate. And in retrospect, if you didn't say nothing and you see something like that and they're giving you $20 or $50, then my man, that's on you. You fucked up. You had to negotiate from the beginning. You need to ask those questions. Don't fall for we talk about it later. There's no talk about it later. You call me now, so let's talk about it now. What's your budget? What you that my job is like if I'm the talent, my job is not to make sure that people get there. That's not my job. Whoever shows up or ticket sales, I will help you, and you should as a comedian. You should definitely be exposing these shows. Be like, I'm on this show, I'm on this show, I'm on this show, I'm on this show. Not only for the producers, but for yourself. Because nobody wants to book nobody that's not busy. I hate to say it. You know, oh, you don't want to promote this? And again, I'm guilty of it. I know I'm guilty of it. If my face is not on the flyer, I'm not posting that shit. I'm telling you right now, don't fucking send me no messages about, because there'll be a lot of that. It'd be like, oh, yo, post my show. Unless I'm your friend.
I go through that now.
Unless you're my friend, and we peoples, and you support me, you do that for me, then I'll do it for you. But don't be one of these motherfuckers that be like, yeah, post my shit, 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 share my shit, post my shit in my DMs 20 bazillion times. And then when I tell you, yo, can you post my flyer? Nah, because of my branding and my brand, I can't share. But motherfucker, 10 minutes ago, you wanted me to share your shit. Like, no, don't do that.
That happens to me now. And I feel bad. I look at it and I be like, yo.
Nah, no.
Bro, because now, like you said, you've been supporting me from the beginning. I started this shit last year. And, I started 3 years ago, but I came back last year. And as far as studio, I started last year.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a buzz. I'm getting more followers. So I guess people want, oh shit, he got followers. I need his help. I get that. Even with
help me help you.
Yeah,
like, that's what my thing.
With comedian Ed, bro. Before I even met this nigga, I was posting his shit. He was posting my shit.
Yeah.
Because we knew that the Monster Ball was coming.
Right.
And he knew I was gonna come support. So we just helped each other.
Collaboration. It's good. I'm good with the collaboration. Let's collaborate.
But on a Monday morning, yo, Paul, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's a two-way street, and that's what people don't understand. And that's what I hate about certain people. They just want to be one way. They want you to help them, and they want you to bend over and give them loyalty and give them
I ain't
all this.
posting shit.
But
I
they don't want to give you.
post.
Yeah, but they don't want to give you no loyalty back. Oh no, you gotta be loyal to me for XYZ, but I'm not gonna be loyal to you. No, fuck you. Loyalty. Every relationship is two-way.
Bro, I got people that come here, and me and friend Jez talking about it all the time. You came to this show, or any show. Let's see. I'm gonna help out everyone else that goes through this. I sent you a fucking invite to collaborate.
Right.
That you were on this show.
Right.
And you, like you said, my brand, this. I'm like, what the fuck why did you come here then?
Yeah.
The point was, I want your people, you want my people, let's collaborate. Boom.
Right.
We're gonna
Let's
grow
help each other out.
And me and him laugh. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker didn't accept it, and I'm like, you know what? No problem. Yeah. You know what? And let me tell you, this is what happens. We're not gonna sugarcoat shit. If you are episode 50, whatever, right? I'm gonna promote you before, during, and after. That's how I do it. This episode, we're gonna promote it. We're gonna go crazy.
I will collaborate.
Boom, boom, boom. Collaborate. We're gonna stories for like a week. We're gonna go crazy because we want the views. If I see that you're not reposting, that you're not in stories, bro, okay, yo, friend, who's the next guest? Yo, send me that. That's it. I'm going to get rid of you.
Right.
And I'm moving on. I can't delete the episode. It's there.
Right.
But they're going to find it when they find it.
Right.
We moving on to the next person.
Right.
And that's what me and him do. Well, next. Because, bro, Da Vinci accepted all 3 collaborations, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. All 3?
Let me tell you a story.
I'm still getting alerts from that motherfucker's thread because they just love this motherfucker.
And let me tell you something, because I work with I've been lucky, thank you God. I've been able to work with big stars. I work with Ida Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, shout him out. I want all the stars. Shout him out.
So, by the way, I gotta shout out Sean Prez. I don't know if you know who Sean Prez is.
Yes, I heard of him.
Sean Prez is the ex-president of Bad Boy Records.
Yep.
Amazing dude. He has his own podcast and all that stuff. He was the person who really pushed me to do comedy. Sean Prez.
He does. He helps Vlad out.
Yeah. So Sean Prez literally like called me and texted me and was like, "My dude, what the fuck are you waiting for? Like, get the fuck out there." And by the way, this guy used to run all of hip hop at one point. All of hip hop ran through him.
Yep.
And he took the time to call me and was like, yo, and that happened around the same time that the Tony P stuff. He literally was like, he had the men's on Wednesdays. I forgot what the podcast is, but on Wednesday, Sean Press has it with all these other rappers. And so he was like, he called me. He was like, Red, what are we waiting for? I'm done talking to you about this. Let's go. And he was the one that literally gave that last push that I needed. It was like, yo, Get out there. When you're ready, you come. I'm gonna come find you now because now I'm ready. Like when you really ready, come find me. We're gonna blow this up. And he told me from day one, I got you. And so, I say that to say that you never know who is in the background. And people like that, people like Ida, people like Mark Vieira, there's no need for them to collaborate with nothing. They got they got HBO specials. Mm-hmm. They got big things going on. They fill out fucking auditoriums on their own. There's no need for them to collaborate or make any. But you know what they do? They collaborate. They shout you out. They make sure that, we doing the show together. They're putting that show out there. Like, oh, Red, we doing the show, April 1st? All right, boom. He's out there promoting it as much as I am. And it could be my show. It's my production, but he's shouting it out like it's his production. And he does that for everybody. And Ida, too, and all these other big stars, Juan Villarreal, shout out to him, did the same fucking thing. They didn't care. And they're people who are already well established, who got specials. You mean to tell me Joe Smo from around the block right now, who got 1,000 followers, I can't do that because it's gonna hurt my brand? My man, what world are you in? Your brand is comedy. Your brand is to sell yourself. I'm doing this many shows.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah, let's work together. And that to me, I'll be the first one to be in your face. Like, yo, what's wrong with you? Oh, it's not. Oh, then don't be on the show. Don't be on the show. And then the other thing I hate, because I produce show. Imagine, so I do a show in Wepa Comedy. Shout out to Wepa Comedy.
Hell yeah.
That's the shit that we do with POE. Shout out to Ed. That's one of the production teams. I work with a whole bunch of production teams, but I work with POE and Wepa. I co-produce Wepa Comedy with Ed, with Johnny D, Eric Nieves. Shout out to
Ed and
them.
his wife, they serious about that shit. They got it.
No, not Ed Rodriguez, another Ed.
Oh, another Ed.
Eduardo Infante.
Oh, shout out to Ed and his wife. Anyway.
Shout out to Ed. Ed is dope. No, Ed does
Mecca Comedy. Comedy Mecca.
Comedy Mecca, which is another fucking amazing production. But Eduardo Infante has been doing it for about 30 years too, producing shows.
Damn.
So I started collaborating with him and doing shows with him because we're on the same mind frame as far as what we wanted to see in comedy. Because that was the thing. When I came in comedy, you only saw a handful of Spanish comedians, and then the rest of them were black comedians.
That's a fact.
I was like, what? Why? I know a lot of funny Puerto Ricans. I know a lot of funny Dominicans. I know a lot of South Americans. Like, what's going on? Why are we not being represented? Why it's got to be one Puerto Rican and 10 black guys? Not black people are funny, but where's our representations? Where are our shows at for our community? And so that's where I started going towards POE, and we started the Wepa shit. And Wepa was there before me, but I'm happy to be a co-producer for the Wepa Comedy. But I hate the fact that if I bring you to a Wepa show, right? Like, imagine if you invited me to your house, and instead of thanking you, I thank the landlord for you cooking all the food and shit. Why you do that? Like, Harlem did not invite you. Comedy in Harlem did not invite you. Big Red invited you to the show. Big Red put you onto the show. Wepa Comedy did it. You know what I'm saying? And they go like, "Oh, thank you, comedy." No, what? Do you?
They don't even know who the fuck you are.
What the fuck? No, they know who the fuck I am because I made you come. You made
no. They thinking.
The comedy club don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, thank you, Broadway Comedy Club, for having me." No, why? Why are you thinking Broadway? Broadway was not who invited you. They don't even know who you are.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know. It was Wepa Comedy, POE, and then maybe the club afterwards.
Big Red, goddamn.
God, like, yo, stop that shit. Like, why are you thanking people like the clubs? And nothing wrong. Comedy in Harlem for Nikki Sunshine. I love you, Nikki, and Jamie Roberts, because they got comedy in Harlem, and you got to be a hard motherfucker to be in there. But they help you be that hard person. They help you. Like, they don't just throw you up on stage. They got avenues for you to get on that stage.
Which is the one that with the bell? I think.
So
Splu,
Harlem Nights.
Yeah, Splu mentioned that there's a bell.
So Harlem Nights, that's Rashad Bashir.
Shout out to Splu and his wife, by the way. They in fucking Antigua having a great time.
I gotta talk about Splu, yo.
Yeah, whenever you run.
I'm going too many places.
It's okay.
But let me get to comedy in Harlem first, because I'm thankful for them, because they were the second or third club that really opened the doors and put me on real shows themselves.
That's Comedy in Harlem?
House shows. Comedy in Harlem. Nikki Sunshine and Jamie, they're amazing.
So compared to Havana, it's like the same thing? It's like that type of hard room like that?
Nah. So, man, it's a different room. But what's the same about that is that it is the same people. It's the same atmosphere. It's the same party. It's a different vibe. You know, it's like, oh, we're gonna go in there, fuck shit up.
Yeah.
It's like a party. It's an experience. Let's put it that way. Comedy in Harlem is an experience, but don't go in there if you're a whack comedian. They're not gonna boo you, but you're gonna hear this, and then you're gonna be like, oh, that's what it feels like to be deaf. Because
Okay, so your son wants to do comedy, and he's almost ready. He's right at that peak. Are you taking him to Havana, or you taking him to Comedy in Harlem?
For me, if it was my son, I would not take him to Havana. I wouldn't take him. there. He's not ready for Havana. I would take.
So Comedy in Harlem.
I did it the opposite, just because Havana is a hard room. Like, it's really a hard room. It's one of the hardest rooms you're ever gonna do in your entire life. But I don't want to put my son through that test. I wouldn't even put him in Comedy in Harlem is not the place either. Like, I would probably put him somewhere downtown first.
Oh, okay.
I would put him somewhere downtown.
So for Tommy 5K to take Riddell to Havana,
yes, that was crazy. To be your first time.
You wouldn't have done that?
I did it. That's how I started.
Yeah.
My first time was literally Havana.
So by Tommy doing that was, nigga, we're gonna test the IG shit now, motherfucker.
Let me tell you, Havana will break your heart. If you're not ready to get your heart broken, don't go to Havana. Because you're going to find out real quick what you're made of. Like, real quick.
That's crazy.
Real quick. Like, you're going to find out what you're made of. You go to a Monday, Havana, you're going to find out.
Well, he did mention that he took a risk with Riddell, because he was stalking Riddell for fucking months. So, yo, come on, you could do it. And then he takes him to Havana. So that was a risk.
You know that he had I was there the day Rendell did it, and he did amazing, thankfully, because if it would have gone the other way around, and
they wouldn't have did the tour for
we
the
call
summer.
it the wave. We call it the wave. So
Yeah.
in Havana, you hear this. So there's like a wave, because people get louder and louder and louder and louder, and then they quiet down. Like, if you start being funny, they quiet down. But if you're not funny, they get louder and louder and louder. So you have this wave.
Oh.
And for whatever reason, the stars aligned properly. Rendell Ortiz did amazing. He was funny. I think he did like 5-7 minutes. But yeah, I could see the sweat in him. But that room right there, if we would have gone the other way, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I seen people quit off of Havana. I seen people go to Havana, never do comedy again.
Hell yeah.
Ever.
So back to comedy in Harlem. So you would say that's a better room as far as not getting your heart broken.
So comedy in Harlem is different, but the one with the bell is Harlem Nights, which is Rashad Bashir's room.
Yeah.
That room is a lot like Havana, in the sense that everybody there is accustomed to a certain level of comedy. Like, real comedians go in there all the fucking time to work shit out.
So that's not the new comedian place.
They have new comedians, but you gotta be at a certain level. And again, your level is not determined by time. I hate that too. I hate you 20 years or 30 years. I know motherfuckers that are 30 years in there who are not fucking funny at all. Not even a little bit. And again, I know people like Soph Dope, who's been 3 years or 4 years maybe.
Killing shit.
Killer, a monster.
Already?
A monster. She's a monster.
Yeah.
You know, Sophia Negron, shout out to her. But, you know, so
next episode, by the way.
Oh, is she?
Friday.
Oh, she's amazing. She's funny.
I'll send you the VIP episode.
Yeah. Shoot, I may sneak in and be like, what time is that? Let's Sophia! But, yeah, so, you know, but Rashad Bashir's room is conducive to comedy. He makes it a safe space for you to try shit out. So in that way, it's safer than Havana, and you get the bell. If you're really funny, that's where you get the bells. Bing, bing.
That's fucking awesome.
Bing. But don't go in there thinking also that you're funny, and you're gonna start talking some crazy shit, and people are gonna laugh. I did terrible in that room my first time there. I think they actually booed me out of there.
Look at that.
I got booed the first time I did Harlem Nights, and I said, Rashad.
And you didn't quit.
No, my heart broke because it was my fault, completely my fault. I was drunk that day. That's why I stopped drinking. I was drinking that day, and I came off this fucking high of this other show I had done. I'm like, I'm gonna come in here because it's Harlem Nights. Fuck this. That room fucked me up. I was on my mind for like 2 weeks, and I was calling Rashad. Rashad was like, I don't know, Red, you know. And then boom, I said, I promise you, I'm gonna kill it. I went back the second time ready, yo.
Well, let's talk about Splu before we forget about that thought.
Yo, I love Splu. I know Splu for a long time. I want to say this. I did a show with Splu and Graylo. Shout out to Graylo. Graylo sold out this rich area in freaking Connecticut. And I had seen Splu. I always thought Splu was funny. But there's something about him being with Nana that just changed his comedy. Like, it just took him to the next level. I was watching him, and I had not watched him for a while. And I saw him in Connecticut, and I'm like, this motherfucker, he just blew it out the water, man.
Yeah, he's great.
He blew the thing. Like, I didn't even, I had to go in between him and Graylo because I was hosting. I didn't know how to follow that. I was looking, I'm like, motherfucker just did that. Because I now I got to reset the room for Graylo to follow that.
That's part of the host job.
Yeah, so I got to reset this room. I'm like, yo, where the fuck am I going to go from here? This motherfucker just hit a fucking grand slam. And he didn't do it one time. He did it the next time, and then the next time, and then the next time. And the motherfucker was sick on top of that. He had like a flu, and I'm like, this motherfucker's doing this while sick? Fuck you, bro. Like, no, he made my job so fucking hard, but I was so amazed and so surprised, and he did such an amazing job, and I was just like, wow. And so, it triggered me too, like, shit, I need to, that's why you can't stop. You got to watch these guys because, and again, I'm looking at them not as competition, I'm looking at them as like, fuck, I'm so proud of them. They keep doing this hard work. And again, Graylo too. Graylo had to follow that. And she fucking did. Yo, she blew that. Then I don't know what the fuck you call after a grand slam, but Graylo killed that motherfucking show. And I think it's probably one of the best shows I've been a part of so far this year. That everybody was just, it was just magic. It was just magic.
What do you think about the OGs?
Okay.
Supporting or not supporting these alleged? Because I sent you a clip of a post. Mm-hmm. What is it about the IG comedian wave that has come? Because you were before that, right?
I was before.
You are not an IG comedian.
I'm definitely not an IG comedian.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
They're here and they're here to stay.
Yes.
And they got followers and they come in and fucking take shit over or try to take shit over. Because like you said, some rooms are different. Some rooms are harder than others. So yours doing what he does. Da Vinci does what he does. And, they're coming to kill shit. Black Rose, whatever.
So here's the
support or don't support is pretty much my question.
Let me approach it in a different way. First of all, it's not OGs versus new Gs. It's not that. Okay, I think we got to take that terminology out. There's certain people, and it's particular people. It's not OGs. It's particular people. They just happen to be of that OG era. Mm-hmm. But it's not the OGs because the OGs, I had a lot of support from the OGs. The OGs fucking support the shit out of me. I got people like I said, Eric Nieves, Aldo, Mark, Ida. They're all OGs. JP Justice, Nikki. They're old OGs, and they're there to help even the IG comedians, the regular comedians, all of that shit. So there's particular people that are haters I call them monkeys because you're a monkey, bro. You didn't evolve. Okay? Imagine when back in the day when the only comedy was on radio and then it evolved to TV. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine the radio people hating the people that were on TV? Oh, because you're not a real comedian because real comedians just do it over the radio. Yeah. And now the comedians, the stand-up comedians, and then on TV, the TV comedians now, that's hate, bro. Every comedian, again, like I said in the beginning, is your art. How you want to do your art is your fucking business. If you started the art in IG, that's where you started, bro.
That takes talent.
Yeah, that's the point. That's a different set of skills. You know how hard it is to do an IG thing and make it funny and be consistent
and get 20 million followers
and 20 million fucking likes. And let me tell you, I just recently started doing that because I said it before it blew out the way it did. I knew it was coming. And
by the way, I gotta show you love. Because the post with you and the other two, I don't know their names. The football commercial, Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
That shit took you. That's probably a million, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So give the other two gentlemen some love.
So that's Dave the Doorman and Justin. Shout out to them. And Justin, let me tell you something about Justin and Dave the Doorman. So Dave the Doorman is a comedian.
He's a doorman for real.
He used to be a doorman for real.
Okay.
It's funny because they still call him to be the doorman for comedy. So, sorry, I told him you got to change your name because Dave the Doorman, like literally, I had a comedian. I was there. As a matter of fact, we were filming when somebody called them to come to a show, and they were like, "Yeah, we need a doorman." They wanted to hire him as a doorman.
Hilarious.
I'm like, dude, did they know you're a comedian and you're not a doorman no more? So, but shout out to Dave the Doorman, he's amazing. And
But that skit was amazing.
Justin is an actor. He's a
Yeah.
real actor. He's on AYPD. He does real shows, real movies. Like he's really on TV. And by the way, I'm on movies too. But he taught me a lot about like camera, cinematography. Like as I was editing my own shit, doing my own thing, because I worked in marketing like for the majority of my adult life. So I knew how to do all that stuff. I had to learn all the flyers that for my shows, I do myself. All the flyers, all the cutbacks, the videos, all that shit I do it by myself. But he taught me how to take it to the next level as far as cinematography, the lighting, and like you won't even know that that's my living room. That's straight up, right? Like we turned my living room into a studio, and that's where we film all that shit.
That's fine.
That commercial was shot in my little living room, my actual living room was shot there. We turn and see a crew of people, boom, 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 doing what they do, boom, and they leave. And then that's it. They put everything back the way it was. And so, yeah, back to the IG and OGs, not the OGs. It's certain people who are
the monkeys.
It's the monkeys. It is the monkey. You're a monkey and a hater. If you hating on them, you're a monkey and a hater. And then they're not only hating on them, they're hating on anybody that's new and progressing. They hate the people that are progressing. You know what I mean? They hate the fact that they're not able to catch up with the new wave, which unfortunately, whether you like it or not,
It's coming. It's here.
It's coming. It's here. It's IG. It's YouTube.
TikTok.
It's TikTok. It is what that is. It is the new form of comedy. And if you're not on it, then you asked out. You know this. So then get on it. Find a way to be on it. Find a way to be funny on it. And so what happens is that is a different set of skills that you need to have. I haven't acquired them yet. I'm working on them. I'm a good actor. I know that. But how to do that? Like you do this every week. That takes a special talent. Not everybody could come in here and talk with different people all the time. That's a special skill that you have.
People that I just met.
People that you just met. You know how hard that is?
I'd never seen these motherfuckers in my life. Chris Grant, we met that day.
That's crazy. And to be
And
able
by
to
the
talk-
way, I have to show off right now. I'm doing this interview with no notes.
Oh, no, me neither. Look at that.
No, I usually have notes.
You usually have notes?
I
Damn,
have no
brother.
notes.
You don't need notes, bro. You're natural. But, good thing I can't hear the notes. So
I love it.
But yeah, so that's just
So
the way
it's fucking hate, pretty much.
It's hate. It's hate because they're comedians. And I'm gonna. So the first thing as a comedian, this is what I used to hear: you didn't pay your dues. Like for me, like when I started opening for Mark, people would be like, "How is this motherfucker started opening for Mark? He didn't pay his dues. Mark is a big star. Why this guy's opening for Mark? What does that mean? I didn't pay my dues. What? I didn't take the hard road like you did." That's what it means.
You didn't put up flyers in the
You
cars.
You didn't do that. The world changed, my man. The world changed.
You didn't do free shows for 8 years.
Yeah, and guess what? I was fucking working. She could tell you, I was obsessed with comedy. I wrote joke after joke after joke after joke, and I would go out 7 days a week. I was out doing 2, 3, 4, 5 shows every motherfucking night.
Bombing or not
So,
bombing? We're
bombing or not bombing.
gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. And but you don't see that. Why? Because I don't post every time I went out. I don't post every time I'm out there doing a show. I don't post 7 times. But that doesn't mean that I'm not doing the work. And again, and I want to shout out Da Vinci because I watch his work ethic. I watched him. I watched what he does. I snuck in with Black Rose to something else that they were filming. I'm not gonna say what, but I saw the precision of what he wants to do. He has a vision. Of it. He this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be, and he gets it done. So he's not doing that aimlessly. He's very precise.
He's putting in the work.
He's putting in work, and people be like, just IG. That shit takes fucking work. Fuck
their
you.
work ethic, even Black Rose. Shout out to Black Rose. You was there when I was interviewing
I love
her.
Black Rose. That's my homegirl.
What is the hate with her? Because the post I sent you was about that.
It was about Black Rose. I saw that.
They say that, and I've read a ton of it. She's not that funny. What the fuck does that mean? And she even said it in the interview. I don't care if you funny me or not funny me. She's like, I'm working.
That's the That's the ego, and so the monkeys also have egos, and that's the worst thing. You have a monkey with an ego, and then the thing is with these monkeys that have these big egos, that's all you have, ego, and then you want to be better than other people. And again, that's from another era. This era right now, we're not about that.
Y'all support each other like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we do. We do. I be in people's shows like a motherfucker.
I see you all the time.
I go to be. I don't gotta be in your show to go support love, show love.
He even said, "Where's your girl?" Because
Yeah, like, where's your girl? Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
how much we hang out.
yeah, like we just be in the same places, and so there's this camaraderie, and people don't realize how close we really are. And I don't have to have you on my show for me to be close to you.
We don't have to take pictures.
Yeah, we don't- I don't-
Everything's
I'm
about
not-
posting. We don't have to show. We know what it is.
People don't even know who I'm really close friends with right now. That I'm gonna tell you a story. So I did the show, and I'm talking about a real legend, a real motherfucking legit legend. I'm not gonna say the name because I made a promise not to say the name, but this legend would not fuck with me. Would not fuck with me. Why? Because one of these OGs went up to this legend and said, "Don't fuck with this person," because ABC, whatever the story was, and so. This legend had no choice but to watch me one day. They watched me, and then they watched me after the show. And again, this legend, nothing wrong, just very cordial, nice, always nothing wrong. But we didn't exchange numbers, because we known each other for years. A real legend, like a legit legend. Anybody who asked, that's a legend.
Tell me off camera.
So I'll tell you who it was. So, but didn't exchange numbers, but proceeded to watch everything I did on stage, off stage, and watched me, and watched me, and watched me. One day I get a call. My phone is ringing. I see the name on my phone. I never gave this person my number. Never gave this person my number. And I looked and I saw that we were in bed, right? And I said, I can't believe who's calling me. Look who's on my phone, because my phone shows who's calling me. And I'm like, who the fuck? What? My heart, like
That
somebody.
happens to me, bro.
Like,
I got legends hitting me up now.
I was like, I didn't even know how. I couldn't answer the phone fast enough.
Yeah.
And you know what were the first words out of their mouth?
The monkeys that's talking shit.
Apologize. It's true apology from the heart. Said, I'm so sorry for A, B, C, and D. And proceeded to tell me what A, B, C, and the monkey said about me. Said, I don't want to make trouble. I just want to apologize. But this is what I'm going to do for you to make it up. And the person followed up on their word, put me in front of the people. On their word, I got these other projects that are coming that are gonna blow people's. They're gonna make these monkeys mad when they see these projects.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna make these monkeys real mad because, it's not hate. It's just like I want to show everybody love, And then that's the way the new crew is.
You've done it. You've done it. The reason why I know you and the reason why I invited you, because I just saw you supporting me.
Yeah.
You never fucking met me a day in your life.
I don't have to. Support is support.
The fact
It's
that,
free.
and you even told me on the way over here, yo, keep going. Every week, if it's every other, whatever it is, you see me doing this.
Do the work.
I'm doing the work. You know what I'm saying? This is my stage. I'm on stage every week. I'm trying to kill it. I'm interviewing, and it don't even got to be comedian. You don't only watch comedian interviews. You want all of them.
Right.
So that's how I know. Even when you came to the Black Rose interview,
Right.
you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You came to support, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you also said that you and her are close because her work ethic is fucking amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. So we sorry, Rose, we forgot to talk about you. But yeah, Rose is so multi-talented, like a lot of the other comedians that I know. I'm only a comedian. Like I don't have, because of my impairment, I don't have the ability to sing. I don't have that. I can't sing enough to save my life. But they can. And I love watching that for them. And so Black Rose is funny because I think Rose saw me crying because she took me to a show that day. The day before, she took me to a show with her. I was her +1. And so they did this whole thing on sign language. It was just the whole dance and song was all in sign language. And so it was so beautiful to watch. And so the next day, it was weird because the next day I was in her wheelhouse. So I'm now emceeing a lot of the rap battles and stuff like that. But I watch hip hop and rap, but these new rappers I don't know. But she knows all of them.
Oh, you was picking her up. I forgot you was picking her up that day.
So she knows all of them. I mean, so I'm trying to bring her in because that's in her wheelhouse. And the same thing, people don't know. A lot of the shows that I got, especially with Crazy Legs and Linda and all of them, they came across because of her. She was like, you know what? I can't do it. BIGRHED can do it. He would be better at it. And so there's that love. Like, people don't know that. Like, we pass each other shows. I can't do it. Rose can do it. She's a better fit. Or if she
I'm
can't do
booked,
it,
whatever.
he's a better fit. Like, even if she could do it, if I'm a better fit, she'll be like, Red can do it. And the same thing for me. Like, I think she's a better fit for this show, so why don't you have her do it? And so we have that amongst a lot of us. We have that commodity, and we don't have to be on each other's shows. I don't have to be in Ed Rodriguez. I'm not in Ed Rodriguez's show. I'm not in every show. I don't need to be, but that's still my boy. I'm not hating fuck.
One
Ed
thing,
Rodriguez,
friendship
Comedy
and
Mecca,
business
man.
have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, they got nothing to do with them. And so, yeah, I try to separate those two things. And I learned that from Jamie Roberts. He said, separate the talent from the person. You got to separate those two. You have talented people who are assholes. And so you have people that are nice, but they're not talented. So you got to separate those two things.
That's some deep shit right there.
Yeah. You got to separate the two. And so, but if you're an asshole, I don't care how talented you are. I'm not going to fucking work with you. I'm not going to work with you. I don't have to. Nobody has to. I don't care if you were blah, blah, blah. And if I have a problem with you, already, I will come up to your face and ask you, like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? Like
That's that Watson shit right there.
Yeah, I will ask you, like, bro, you don't understand. Like, people don't know. I don't give a fuck. Like, we take it wherever you want to take it. I'm not gangster or nothing like that, but we take it wherever you want to take it, my man. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and hide and be like, you're gonna talk some shit that's not true, and then and this is my fault. I learned that I had to back up off of it, because I have friends that I fight for. Like, something happened to one of my friends, and I was hurt for him, another comedian. And so I went and stood up for him, right? But he was not as bothered as I was. And it happened to me a couple of times. I found myself in problems because I go speak for this person, but this person is okay with getting fucked over. And I'm not okay with you getting fucked over. Like, I'm not okay. So I go talk to the person for you, and then I come to find out it's there's more to it than
It's none of your business, pretty much.
And yeah, I should have mind my business, but I'm trying to get better at that. That's my fault. I'm trying to get better.
You don't like bullies because you were bullied.
I hate bullies, bro. I hate being bullied.
You went through that shit.
I hate when people try to little brother other people. Like, I seen it. I seen people steal people's shows. Like, I see somebody literally steal someone's show, and they did it to me. It happened to me. I'm telling you, it happened
My
to me.
next question is gonna be like, were you ever gatekeeped?
I would never gatekeep. If I could put you...
were you gatekeeped?
Oh, yeah, I was gatekeeped. Absolutely. And then what I learned, and again, I learned it from Janice Massetti, if you can't go through the front door because there's a gatekeeper there, go fucking find a window. Get the fucking window. If you can't get into the window, go find the fire escape, go through the roof, find a way in.
Chimney, fuck it.
Fuck that shit. Chimney, wherever the fuck you gotta go into. If you wanna get into that building, you find a way to get into that building. If it's the side door, the front door, it don't matter. As long as you're in that building, once you're in that building, guess what? You could watch the gatekeeper from there. You could keep watching the gate, bro. I'm already in the building, bro. You good. Stay right there. Don't move from there. Make sure you keep gatekeeping there. You know what I mean? You know what? There's the sun shines for everybody. The sun shines for everybody. And it should shine for everybody. But some people feel that the sun, because they're the only ones looking at it, that sun is mine. Don't get, no tanning on my sun, because I see it, so it's mine. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They want to own jokes. They want to own
The accents.
They want to fucking own, like, religion. They want to own families. Like, everybody got a mother. Everybody could talk about a mother. Anybody could talk about religion. God bless you if you could do an accent. If you could do an accent, go do it. That's your shit. Don't belong to nobody. It's art. It don't belong to anybody. It belongs to every motherfucking body. If you want to do whatever you want to do it. No, I'm not saying go steal a joke. You know what I'm saying? We know each other's joke. I'm not gonna go say Pacific, because I know that's self-a-dope. You know what I'm saying? That's self-a-dope. Pacific, everybody knows. Pacific, self-a-dope. You know what I mean? What's PJ's? Necessary.
That's my shit. I love
Necessary. That's PJ Brian.
Julio is fucking Sploo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so yeah.
Nemo got a bunch of shit too.
Yeah. So everybody has their thing. And so it's crazy, because when I started doing the sign language and the deaf stuff and doing it, everybody, for a while, everybody was teaching their kids how to do sign language. Motherfucker, teach the fucker how to talk. How about that? Your kids can't talk, but they can sign? That's crazy. It was crazy to me. So they couldn't do it. And so I have an asshole joke. And so people were doing the asshole joke thinking that that's really what it meant, and not understanding that that's the punchline to my joke. And so they were talking about it, because I do comedy in Spanish too. So when you do comedy in Spanish, it's just different. And so somebody stole it from there and did my literally word for word my asshole joke, not understanding that the punchline to the joke is what it is. It's not what you thought it was.
So they stole it and fucked it up.
They fucked it up. So I went right after them, not realizing. Remember that? Literally, it happened in a Broadway Comedy Club. It was in Broadway Comedy Club. So they see me, I think, 2 nights before, and they thought the joke was funny because my joke it got one of the biggest laughs of the night. And so that joke, because that was my closer at the time, and I used it as my close, boom, it hit so fucking hard. The person thought that they can take the joke and use it for themselves. So the next day, they were up there doing the magic. I'm like, what the fuck is my joke? Like literally, word for word.
How the fuck you do that?
They did it word for word.
But how would they do that? That's just...
They watched.
Carifrecos, that's what you call it?
Carifresca, because it was a woman.
Oh, wow,
that did
look
it.
at that.
Yeah, it was a woman that did it. And so I was looking at her, I'm like, as soon as she came off stage, I said, that was a nice joke, but I'm gonna show you how it's done. And she looked at me like, she didn't recognize me. So I went up there, I fucking did that joke, and I looked right at her. And she was like, she knew exactly what happened. So, don't steal nobody's jokes.
Don't steal nobody's shit.
Don't steal nobody's jokes. Everybody knows whose jokes are what. But if your joke is about a similar subject, like moms, like I talk about my mom on stage, that's your public domain. Everybody has a mother. You could talk about your mother. Religion. Oh my God, you can't use the Catholic Church, or you can't use a certain symbol of the Catholic Church.
There's a million Trump jokes.
Yeah.
People. That's my Trump joke.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. You can talk about whatever. Just don't steal nobody's joke. But don't be like, oh, you can't do nothing about your grandma, or your mom, or television because so and so does jokes about that. Fuck that. Is it their joke? No. Then shut the fuck up. Mind your business. Mind your business. It's not your joke. If they didn't take your joke word for word, they didn't steal your joke, then fuck you. If the premises could be a premise, everybody can have the same premise.
There's different. What I've noticed, because I used to go to comedy shows back in fucking what's his name? Talent, OG,
Talent, yep.
Capone the Gangster. Back in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and
Jimmy's Bronx Cafe.
Jimmy's. What was it? Evo's had a bunch.
Evo too.
But there was one. They used to do it in the Paramount Theater in fucking Madison Square Garden. April Fools every year. April Fools comedy show. April Fools comedy show.
Wait till you see the April Fools lineup for next year, yo. I have an April Fools show.
Well, no, we promote that shit.
No, not yet. We can't. It's too far ahead.
It's too far ahead.
But let me tell you. Oof.
April just passed. You already fucking thinking about next year?
We're already planning 2 years ahead.
Like, that's how far ahead we are. You're a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, no, we are. So I will say this. So we got a couple of shows. We're gonna be in Puerto Rico in August. I'm doing a tour by myself. Shout out to Estudio 58, Punto Fijo, which is in Santurce, en el concierto de Bellas Artes. Estudio 58, other comediantes, risas.
Puerto Rico got comedy shows?
Bro, like crazy, bro. And I love it over there. Todos los comediantes del oeste, a los estandoperos in Puerto Rico, that's the whole Puerto Rican crew. And
wow,
they killing out there, bro. And they're funny.
You gotta bring them out here.
We're working with Puerto Rican comedians to bring them out here. That's why we're doing the Wepa. We're gonna do the Wepa. And by the way, it says Wepa Puerto Rican, and we started that because we wanted to bring out the Puerto Rican comedians more. But it is not just Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
It is Dominicans. I'm trying to make it more, because a lot of the shows that you see are bilingual.
Yep.
Right? They're bilingual, Spanish and English. I'm trying to bring more, because I do so much Spanish comedy now. I'm trying to make a section in Spanish, just Spanish. Like no English,
gonna love that.
Like regular Spanish, and then in between, and then moving.
Splu and Grelo from this. I watched their Spanish shit, yo.
Grelo's hugging me. Yeah, Splu, both of them. You know something? I gotta Splu. Fuck you. Number one, I love you, but fuck you. He does the most amazing Puerto Rican shit.
He did it here.
Yo, fucking hilarious.
He started.
I pee on myself every time I hear him. He got the Puerto Rican shit down pat.
Did you see? Well, you saw the episode.
Yeah.
He started the episode talking like that. That was fucking amazing.
He did that in a room full of Puerto Ricans, bro. Let me tell you, everybody was dying. I thought he was Puerto Rican for a second. I'm like,
but when I call him on the phone, he talked to me, and I'm like, motherfucker, you could stop.
Yo, he is.
So anytime I call Splu, that's what he's gonna give me the Spanish accent, and I'm like, cabrón, we're not talking Spanish right now.
Yo, he's amazing. By far, all the accents I love is his. Puerto
But wait,
Rican.
but can he do it or that's against the rules?
No, he can fucking do whatever fuck
You
he
sure?
wants. It's his art. It's his art.
Yeah, that's his
I
art.
laugh about it. I'm
That's his-
Puerto Rican.
That's his art form.
Loco, yo hago los dominicanos bien también, coño, ¿qué? Yo, loco, I talk about Dominicans, so he can speak about Puerto Ricans. Why the
No.
fuck not? He can do it. He does, but he does it so funny.
No,
and
but
so
the
good.
accent thing is
He
funny.
does it so good,
No,
man.
that,
So
I love all the accents. Tommy
he's
does a bunch. You know, a bunch of people do accents, and you know what? It is what it is. You know, nobody
Yeah.
created this shit. Jamaican, fucking Indian, whatever the fuck.
And if we're gonna talk about it, you know, like people do accents. You know who does the best Jamaican accent? A.G. White. You hear his Jamaican accent? Look up A.G. White. His Jamaican accent is the
And what is he?
Jewish white.
A Jewish white.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Jewish white from Brooklyn or whatever it is. But yeah, his fucking you hear he's Jamaican, you close your eyes, you think he's Jamaican talking to you.
Fire.
Fire. You know,
So
as long as it's funny.
we can't, as long as it's funny, we can't claim
long as it's
accents.
funny.
But so what you got coming up, brother? Anything else besides the 2-year fucking plan that you already got?
Nah, son, 2-year plan. No, there's a lot of stuff there's so much stuff that I already did that I gotta wait for it to come out, but we can't share yet. But we got so much, man. I gotta look at my calendar.
Yeah,
But like
this
I
is
said,
gonna come out. And so what we at? May 4th.
We're in
So
May.
go from what's after May? June. June.
Oh, June.
Go June forward.
Well,
Yeah, promote
let's
your shit.
do a little bit on May, because May is my birthday month. I'm a Gemini. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to all the Gemini.
But they're not gonna see this in May. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna cut something and be like me. Cause you know you're a workaholic, bro. You gonna cut this shit like, baby.
He's the workaholic back there.
No,
he's gonna give me this in 3 weeks.
Does he ever come on
Hell
camera?
yeah,
He's been on camera. I like your hairstyle, bro. That's
Bro,
what's up, bro.
this mother. I had a no. I had a mental health episode, and the girl, she was also spiritual, and he loved that shit. I said, yo, I've been on his show. He's been on my
he's
show.
deaf right now. Look at this.
No, he's focused. Leave him alone. So yeah, June, what you got coming up?
Oh damn, June. Let's look at June calendar. Hold on. But let me shoot these shows out because these shows are important. So
Hell yeah.
I got a show with Sarah on the 9th. So Sarah Contreras, shout out to her, and Bill Santiago, another good mentor of mine. Oh, I gotta talk about Eric Nieves before. we
Yeah,
continue.
talk about everybody.
Eric Nieves, by the way, I do a lot of hosting gigs, and it's thanks to Eric Nieves. Eric Nieves is really like, he took me and was like, let's sit down, let's work this fucking hosting shit out. And he would show up at every hosting gig with me and would, in between, be like, change this, change that, don't do this, don't do that, do this.
Because
do
it's
that.
different.
It's different.
Hosting and your set, two different
things. Two different things. We never got to talk about the differences of comedy. Where to start? We got so sidetracked, bro.
Go ahead, you can do it.
Well, let me promote the shows.
do
Hold
that.
on. The 9th, Sarah Contreras, of course. The 16th is Comedy in Harlem, Wepa Comedy, right? Anthony Fuentes, Simeon Goodson, and myself. So only 3 of us. That's my birthday show. So if you want to come, I got you, bro.
Hell
you don't
yeah.
have to buy a ticket. I got you.
I like the support though.
No, it's okay. Everybody else got to buy a fucking ticket. motherfucker. Buy a motherfucking ticket and go to that show. And we got, the week after that, on the 23rd, I got Gotham Comedy Club. I'm doing the 8 o'clock show, Gotham Comedy Club in the city, 23rd Street.
This motherfucker's busy. Goddamn.
Yeah. I got, what else? Let's not forget, May 11th. May 11th is Mother's Day. There's 2 things going on. I'm doing a boat party in the afternoon from 12 to 3. All right. Check out DJ Kano. It's somewhere on my links. But DJ Kano, that's one of the other production people that I work with, Kano. So we have the boat party in the morning, and then we're going to be in the Bronx in the Garden. Me, Dave the Doorman we were talking about, JP Justice, and Black Rose. We're going to do a show from 7 o'clock at the Garden in Bruckner Boulevard. What else? What else I got? I got some shit. Hold on. Oh, I'm doing the Grizzly Pay with Joselito on the 24th.
Is he bringing the beachos with him or no?
He's bringing the beach shows. And I'm going to be at the Mohegan Sun. This is important. I think this is June 1st, Sunday, June 1st. I'm going to be at the Mohegan Sun. And that's going to be a big show. That's only me.
You got to
and
get
Chris
dressed
Grant.
up for that?
Huh?
That sounds like a suit.
No, man. No.
Mohegan Sun.
No,
You got to.
yeah, it's a big stage. It's
Yeah.
comics, but
You got to wear a tie or some shit.
nah, not me. I'm done with those ties. I used to wear suit and ties. When I
That was-
first
that
started
was part
comedy,
of- that was the
I
shit?
used to wear suit and ties and Jordans All the time. She could tell you, we suited up and Jordan. Yeah, they would call me Pitbull. Because I
how
would
that-
wear sunglasses and everything. We're like, yeah, I know I look like a Pitbull, but I'm not.
That's funny.
But I used to come out to Pitbull music and all that. But that's changed. Yeah, so that's what I got so far.
You've evolved.
I have evolved.
But before we go, break down what you want to talk about.
So you know, I see that you talk a lot about the business of comedy. So I want to talk
Yes.
about the business of comedy. So if you're gonna start out, you should do as many open mics as you can. You should. Only to get accustomed to the stage. Don't worry about the laughs. Don't worry about nothing. Worry about memorizing what you want to talk about. Memorize. Have your set. Have a set. Have a set. Develop a set.
That's the gym. PJ called it the gym.
Yeah. Do as many open mics as you can. All open mics are not the same. Find the right one for you. Okay? There's an amazing one in comedy in Harlem, all right? And I say that one because Broadway also has one with Aubrey Mora. And I think West Side Comedy Club also does the same, where you go to their open mics, right? If you're a new comic, they built a road for you to be on a show. You understand? You don't want to go to an open mic. Oh, my guy's over there too. Comedy Mecca. Mm-hmm. Their mic too is amazing over in Brooklyn, in Eastville. All right, on Tuesdays. Go to that one too. Because there's an avenue in those mics for you to get on a show, if that's what your goal is.
So it's the G League.
Yeah, so you go there.
It prepares you.
It prepares you. So, and the thing about, especially the one in comedy in Harlem that I loved, I used to go there literally every week. I wouldn't miss it. Before I would go to shows, I would go there first. If I'm trying new stuff, I will go there first because it's a feedback mic. Jamie, the bookers are there. They're there, literally telling you, if you want to get booked, this is what you need to work on. If you don't want to get booked, then you do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you want to be booked at this club, take this out, do this. We like this, we don't like this, and they break it down in a safe space where you could understand and be like, okay.
Do not break your heart.
Yeah, not break your heart. They're not there to break your heart. They're there to elevate you, and they want to elevate you. And so you got to be around people who want to elevate you, and it's okay. Whoever goes forward before me, I'm happy for you. That's my friend up there. For the Money makes it before me, all the way up there. I'll be like, yo, that's my homeboy For the Money. And that's the way it should be. If I make it before somebody, that's my boy Big Red over there. I ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? So go to those rooms. That's first. Once you get past and you're getting booked regularly, right? You wanna hit the clubs. The lounges, right? The lounges and stuff like that. Those are places where comedy goes to visit. All right.
Yeah, because they watching the game, they watching
You go
football, they
visit.
watching baseball, they talking over you.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. If all you're doing is lounges and clubs, nothing against that, that's not where you want to be, because you create a whole bunch of bad habits that are not going to work to be in the mainstream. There's certain things that you have to do, like be on time, and when you do a lot of those shows, they never start on time. And then there's certain things that you built out of defense to try to make those people laugh.
You're gonna talk louder because they're talking.
Yeah, and
You're
there's
fighting
things,
the crowd. You want to go to a room that they are there for comedy.
For comedy.
They're not
So-
They're not watching fucking the Super Bowl while
Well,
whatever
you-
the fuck
right.
it is.
So though there's nothing wrong with going to those, but just remember that that's not where you want to be. And the other thing about those shows is that I have my own show in the club and Noma Social. Shout out to Noma Social.
Shout out to
And
Rob
of course,
Solis.
Rob Solis is my boy. Rob Solis and Sam Real.
Episode 18, by the way.
Yeah, Solis. Oh my God! You say that and it just brings all these things into my brain. I had this Bronx comedian reach out to Rob Solis, and I produce the shows there. So any comedian that calls Noma, they don't realize that they're sending you to me. When they send you to the producer of the comedy clubs, you talk to this guy. That's who you talking to on the phone. And so you know my number. My number is very unique and very
That's just weird.
Yeah, weird number. Don't say it out loud. There's a weird number. So they're like, oh, this business number. They talking to this business person. They're not realizing that they're talking to me. And so I had this comedian tell me he was the best Bronx comedian in the world, and he wanted to do some time, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could give you a guest spot. Bro, I'm a comedian too. I know all the comedians from the Bronx. And you just went and told me you were the best comedian in the Bronx? I was like, dude, there's like 30 people that are funnier than you. And by the way, I've never heard of you. I had to go find out who the fuck this guy was. My dude had not done comedy in 20 years.
So he called Rob and tried to get in there.
Right, and Rob was like, "Yeah, talk to my my event coordinator. I'm the event coordinator for the comedy.
Yeah.
Talk to my event coordinator. That's who you got to talk to. So you get me?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking about $1,000 for 5 minutes, 10 minutes." I'm like, dude, I'm thinking about giving you a guest spot. That's like, yeah, you ain't going
And a pizza.
Get out of here and a pizza and you walk away. Maybe you're not even getting a free drink. But my boy was trying to sell me on these people that I knew. I'm like, I know all these people, but I don't know you. And you trying to tell me you're the best comedian in the Bronx? I know 25 people that are funnier than you. I had to look him up. He wasn't funny at all. And I'm like,
sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, you're trying to sell me on a dream. I'm a comedian. I know we know each other. Trust me, the comedian world is about this big. We all know each other some way or somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And so, shout out to Rob Solis. And we've been doing that now. We're on our 3rd year, going on 4th year, doing it with Rob Solis. And so I really love him. I guess I should shout out all the production teams. POE, of course.
Yeah, these are your goodbyes, by the way.
Yeah, okay. POE.
We got to go home and clean the bathroom.
Really? Oh, damn. I know. I'm not even going to touch that. POE, of course. Media Famous, because I work with Media Famous too. And that's all those guys over there in PA. Amazing crew. Raphael G, of course. Raphael G, another good mentor. I never got to mention him, but he mentored me a lot in the beginning. Also, Unidos Production, which is Crazy Legs, which is a legend of the dance.
Yeah, I met him at Black Rose Show in La Bodega.
Yeah, so we do that production. Which other production that I make sure.
So what the fuck you got a job for? You killing it right now, bro.
Bro, because I used to produce. I didn't even touch on that. I used to produce so many shows that I was lost. I got lost in there. I got lost in the production world. Because I was producing show after show after show.
The 9 to 5 keeps you grounded.
So yeah, no, I had to get a 9 to 5 so I can get out of production and work on the craft, back to the craft of being a comedian. Because being a comedian is a full-time fucking job.
And then production is the
production is a two jobs. And so I was coming home and I was making all these shows that were selling out, and I wouldn't perform, and I would suck. I would be the worst comedian in my own shows. Because
so I
had to separate it, and that's why I joined these different. I joined all these different production teams, because they can take care of the network, and I can take care of the talent and other things that need to happen for production. And of course, I can't forget DJ Kano, of course, and Crispy Cuts Productions. We do a lot of work together. That's the boat parties and the comedy shows in the theaters. We do it with DJ Kano and Tony from TK.
You a busy motherfucker, bro.
Yo, bro, you have no idea.
God damn. Thank you for being. Now I feel bad. I feel like I'm fucking wasting your time.
You're not wasting my time. I love this.
I feel like I interrupted your fucking.
No, I had to. By the way, this is my first podcast, and I wanted to make sure it was with somebody from the Bronx. And,
Aw,
yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here, man.
Gotta be with somebody from the Bronx. But do the open mics, right? And then you go into the clubs. By the way, the clubs are not the end, okay? Because there's different types of shows running in clubs. You want to go to the mainstream. Mainstream is not the end. People be like, oh, I want to make it to the mainstream. Mainstream just gets you to the industry. And that's where the real money is. Because you could be in the mainstream and not be industry. So you want to be industry after your mainstream. So people don't talk about that. So it's open mics, clubs, right? Mainstream, then you want to be industry, and then after industry, you want to be able to do the auditoriums. So there's different layers to it that everybody's talking about just want to make it to the mainstream. Yeah, that's okay. That's great. You want to make it to the mainstream, but that's not where you want to be. You want to be industry, and that's a different set of...
Industry is what? Netflix, HBO, and all that shit?
Yeah, industry is industry. So the people that are in the industry, they're industry people. You know, they do the Netflix, they do the HBOs, they do the specials and stuff like that. Once you become industry, that's where you want to be, because that's really where you start making money. You could be on mainstream, you can make a good living, but you're not really making money. You know what I mean? You want to be industry, and that should be your goal. And, you know, like I said, that's the business of it. If you want to be in the business, that's your goal, to make it to industry, go into industry. And then, you know, New York is a big place, but the world is a big place. I go to fucking Europe and do shows in Europe. I've done shows in Spain. Like I do shows in Puerto Rico, and there's not a lot of people Puerto Rico is such a fertile ground for comedians. You don't understand how people in Puerto Rico are hungry for comedy, and maybe in Dominican Republic too, but more so in Puerto Rico. And like I said, these guys over there in Puerto Rico are just killing it right now because people just want that. And then when we come in there, I hate to say it, but there's something different about the comedians of New York. We're built different. The competition is so different. We're some
bad motherfuckers.
When we go somewhere else, and not to say nothing that guys from other states can't be funny, because I know guys from Detroit that are funny and other states that are funny, but there's something about a New York comedian showing up somewhere else that we're just different. We get a different laughter, like we get that belly laugh from people.
That's that New York shit.
Yeah.
But my brother, thank you. You
don't have no questions for me, bro? You didn't ask me one question. I talk shit the whole time.
That's the point, bro.
Shit. He'd ask me one question. I just fucking went
I wanted
the deaf guy talks so fucking much.
I wanted this to be a class. You know what I'm saying? A class of the comedian fucking industry. You know what I'm saying? I just I think we did Born and Raised. You know, we did the boot, but I wanted to get straight to the meat. You know what I'm saying? Of comedy and the way that and everyone else did the same thing, The other comedians also did that, but
I really enjoyed all the comedians. Like I said, I watched all the episodes. The one I enjoyed the most was PJ's. I enjoyed the most, and the Sploots.
No, PJ's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I'll see you on the road, baby.
Yeah, baby. You already know. You're gonna see me.
You want to make
a
quick appearance? No,
right.
You good?
She don't want to hit herself with the head right here. Slow ceilings.
But thank you. Keep watching. More comedians on the way. And,
Big Red Comedy, BIGRHED. People always they look up Big Red without the H. It's BIGRHED.
Oh, so you fucked up the whole word, red. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you look up Big Red, you're gonna see
the bubblegum.
No, you're gonna see that, and then you're gonna see a trans comedian, which is not me. And you're gonna see another big black comedian, which is also not me.
So it's red H.
And you're gonna see
RHED.
A big white guy with a big red beard, which is also not me. Is BIGRHED.
And there you go.
Do you know why it's an H?
No.
Because it's silent and I can't hear it.
Wow. And on that note, we out of here.